Sure. Sure. Good evening. Good evening.
Welcome to the Titans.
Yes, yes.
This is the
Introduce him to
Titans.
it.
You
Yes.
don't know melting pot alongside Mr. Wayne Lonesome, man in the wilderness. Keep it real and honest, no tabloid.
Yeah, man.
And who this? Our brother this, Sir Lord Byron.
Blessings.
All right, my
Over
brother.
there.
The melody, the melody, the listening melody.
Fix your mic there, Byron. Fix your mic there. You know what you do, just do it one time and not come in back one more time. Yes. But I mean, I tell you, say, we have to expose them lie in the week, brother. Holness and Pum Vaz. Yeah. Touch the mic. Just touch it one time, like you just move it and come back the same way. You remember what you did, man? Yeah. You know, just go on it and just move it. Just move it and just push it back on it and you're good. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Tonight, nice, you know, tonight, I always in a beat where I beat them wicked, you know. No, no, come up yet. Not change it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, let me put you back there so you just start it out and then come in back. Yeah. Yeah, man. I can't hear you still, you know. Just start and I hear you. Yeah. Just take it off of that and move. All right. So, Pat, we see what going with the JPS. You know, say the Small Business Association come up. Let me hear you now, Byron. Let me hear you. Yeah, let me hear you. Say something now, Byron.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, let me hear you again. Say something again.
Microphone testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
You're good, man. No move, man.
You that.
No move, man. You're good, man. You're good, man.
Microphone testing 1, 2, 3.
You're good, man.
Yeah, you win.
You're good, man. You're great. You're great. You're good.
Loud
man.
and clear.
Fine, you know, win.
You know, hear me? But me, I hear you, you know, you're good, you know. You can't see me.
Go out and come back in. Go out and come back in.
Oh, go on.
Go out and come back in. Let me tell you. All right, go out and come back in. But the
No.
mic good. The mic good. Yeah. Mic good.
Come on.
Go out and come back in. Yeah. Let me just send this. Yeah, Byron, you hear it now? You good? You better? My card in there. You're good, man. You're good in a better. Yeah, Pat. So,
Yeah, man.
You know me hear you good, but you don't see me. So go out and come back in, but don't change your head just to look a while. It's good. Just go out and come back in, sign back in. Yeah, man, cool. Yeah, brother. So, I mean, the lies, straight lies with Pum Vaz, them rush, you are, but you are defend themselves. So what they want to know, they want it sound like a PMP. I do something around there, you know. You know, what them do from Wawa, so them I try this, but Small Business Association run out. And the big boys, them, yeah, my brother, them gone out, soon forward back in, all right. Yeah, man, you can't hear me now?
You hear me now?
Of course, may I hear you, man. You're good.
I hear him. Oh, go on.
You're good, you know. You're good, me hear you, you know. Yo, Byron.
Wait, me now hear you now. Hold on there.
Me hear you, you know. Me hear you, man.
What the fuck this one?
Pat.
Yeah, may I hear you now, brother.
All right. May I hear you too, Byron. Me tell you again, you know, can I hear you good, you know.
Yeah, but him not now the connection, him now get nothing from we, but we are hearing through.
Yo, may I hear now? Hold on.
Oh, yeah, hear me now. Good. I mean,
Talk.
you hear me now?
Yeah, talk.
All right, good. You hear me now? All that me I talk about, man. All right. So here this now. In the week, Pum Vaz him run out. Because we know say we're happening, you know. No man not ever say not happen, see? But what them a try do, Andrew with him PR self, them a try spin again. You know, for blame the PNP. And say a contract. Oh, you are control that, brother. And not just JPS alone, oh, you are control. The one of them utilities business, there are enough more things. Just to come with JP, oh, you are do. Now, the Small Business Association, no out and saw them dent up. But tell me what, Mistress Siaga run out and say, no, doing nothing. So you see them part up now, them confused. And the people, they want to flee it pan in a better. That's a garbage. And next thing with Andrew Holness now, I'm going to start from Andrew first. He might go around and spread propaganda and lie. Pan the cat ban and the one where, you know, the one where Omar Davis did put in.
Yeah.
Omar Davis put in one from in around 2006, 2007. The one Caribbean one.
I mean, 2000?
The Criff.
Oh,
all right.
yeah.
So I must say, film government and discipline and when do and if to stop this, the PAP, I mean them to come out and them to tell him, man, we have to put an end to this. We can't stop play these things the way this guy like. And you know, do nothing for the country but mash it up in a better.
You're perfectly right.
You're
perfectly right.
You understand? So when you come in, I want to open, I want to start with Andrew Holness first and the lies. A matter of fact, the first video I put up, Andrew now I go around and I do some PR, I tell the people them, say, listen, I don't want to go choose to live and go to the bank. We should know for the people them, where you see live all over Jamaica, and them granny, then come see them mother barn and come see them mother where them live. And them live there long time. And them survive. And by the way, anywhere in Jamaica you're there, hurricane will catch you. Anywhere in Jamaica. All the man need to do is clean the road, them, clean the gully, them, the drainage. So it dampen the effect. But even America get flood too in a better.
Yes.
But you know the drain and the thing, them clean it, minimize some effect and it help instead of it flood and like at the first never see more than 1 2 people also. No, it's not the first. Because before this hurricane, I see New Kingston when I have no river and no seaside of it. And I see people nearly drowning in them place and Jonas. I see a bill where they went towards brother and it flood. But I tell people say at the seaside, the river bed down where them live and where which with up on the island, brothers. But the people them are live.
Exactly.
Come on, tell me now, can I show that now? We're opening it with it, you know. I'm going to play, but make an open speech now. So take it up on our brother. Take it up for me.
All right.
Well, you hear me I say now. We all know that Jamaica is an island and it's above sea level. Yeah? So when I get no flood from sea, we are get flooding from inland. What caused the inland flooding? Garbage collection, non-existent. Yeah? Infrastructure, not maintained. Yeah? So it's not about the people and a whole, you know. It's down to the government. What type of policy you have that you use to govern the island Jamaica? If you have garbage collection regular and you give people like, you know, some drums and all these things are what we have in the UK or some wheelie bin, yeah? We put them rubbish into and then the truck come and it's prescribed there and clean the place of its garbage. Then for sure the people who have any to put in the gully. Now what we see in the gully is not as a result of garbage being dumped in that gully, you know. It's about lack of maintenance. Just look under the bridge, a Riverton City, out of Ferry, Riverton City.
Yes.
Is another island underneath the bridge. And further down below the Amazon. So you have Blue Mountain under the bridge, yeah. Out there, so a Riverton City. And further down you have the Amazon, where the Amazon now block the flow of the water from going into that lake, that giant the Causeway Sea. Because it's a lake there so before you go out into the ocean, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's a sea, it's a lake there so. Right? That lake come all the way back round to Waterford side, the Dyke Road. It end up round there, so where you see them, they have a little maritime unit thing, there were some boat parked and all these things. Yeah, with the mangrove there, they say. I live there, you know. But at the entrance that we receive all the water where come off of the hill in the Kingston and St. Andrew region. The Sandy Gully, yeah, is in a deplorable state for a long time. Lack of maintenance in terms of, you know, any damage them do even repair it. Yeah, because sometimes rain can damage the gully structure itself, you know. But you can't leave it with us stay there, so you have to go and repair it right away. Because you have to preserve that structure. Because one of Jamaica's greatest infrastructure that, you know, take over 20 years for build. You understand? And these people come and treat it as if it's just something, you know, that is not of any conducive need to the island. Yes. It is there because it's built right in the river way. You understand? And the waterway that we are come off of the hill, you know. And it built right there. So when you have that and you not take care of it, when you not take care of the culvert them, yeah, and all the trenches them alongside the road them, right through the island, yeah, back in the days, you know, PWD used to send out some people, you call them parochial road workers, yeah, and them man, they come clean them road, the parochial road them, yeah, in the parishes them. People from within the community them get road, woman used to, you know, weed the road and thing, man as well, and everything run smooth. Now this government does not spend money on, you know, infrastructure. So when you hear all the local government minister come and talk, you know, a garbage him attack, you know, them run down the place. And as a result, water was being allowed to flood the island. Even just through a little small downpour. It don't have him to be a torrential rain. Just a downpour. 25 minutes worth of rain and the place flood out. So the ground was already saturated. Couldn't take no more volume of water. So when Melissa come and pour that volume, yeah, it just, you know, flood the place because the earth can't absorb no more. It already have it volume and need here already from the lack of attention paid to the infrastructure by the government. Yeah, Jamaica start experience these type of, you know, road being flooded, car can't drive, mother going at people's house. Long time this happened before Melissa. Long time. Are you right, Wayne? I remember there was a video take somewhere up in a Narbrook or below Narbrook. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And you see the people, you know, mother going at them place. Yeah. Some up a Fagan Drive, they up there, so of half Charlton Road. Yeah. Yes. Mother full of the people in place. People have to run to save them life. The volume of water we see a ripple through that little alleyway there. Unbelievable. So this is a culmination of years of neglecting by the local government and the government. Yeah. And so we have to call out it to what it is. It's lack of care, lack of attention given to the infrastructure. Because these people are laghead way around the country, you know. Them don't even know the value of these infrastructure and how they are vitally necessary to preserving the island Jamaica. I yield back the floor, my brother.
Yes, brother. Yes, my brother.
All right. Blessing. First and foremost, let me just big up all the persons in the chat. Blessings. All right. Well, it is quite ludicrous, right? If you have a government at the helm for going 10 years and then now playing a blame game. That doesn't make any sense at all. For this government, for this administration to be at the political end, right, for 10 years, right, shouldn't have no form of reason whatsoever, you understand, to blame previous administration, right? They are in government for 10 years, and as a matter of fact, you understand, we'll be utilizing 3 terms, right? And I mean, so the blame game, right, is totally out of the room, right? Now let us speak. Now, we all know that Jamaica, right, is in the hurricane belt. And as I keep on saying over and over, right, it cannot change its location. it's where we are at, right, within the hurricane belt. Now, when it comes to preparation, and this is how evil the situation is, even that we are dealing with JPS, right, within the situation we're in. Because, all right, what should have happened is that we need to observe our situation, right, and try to move away, right, from fossil fuel, right? Move away from fossil fuel because that is important. Now, as it relates to the grid, the entire grid that serves the country is overly weathered, aging, old, right? It doesn't really work much, right? Because of the years of aging, right? It old, the system old, and it need modernization. Now, it's simple that, all right, as it relates to preparation, Andrew Holness administration had experienced more than, I would say, 5 different tropical system, including Melissa, right, and Beryl. Now, Beryl was 2024 way, yeah, right, and right, we suffer minor, damages from Beryl, right, although it triggered some of the, the catastrophe bond parameters. We get some money from that. But the question, what did we learn, right, from Beryl? Because that is important. And what did we learn from other systems? That is important. And then now it goes to show you that there is no reason why the Jamaica Labour Party should be pointing fingers. Because number one, when you talk about, as it relates to what Melting Pot just said, right, the Jamaica Labour Party administration have not cleaned many of the drains for years. For years. When Beryl came in 2024, right, we have some serious flooding, right? And what caused the flooding was to the fact that, right, those drains were porous. They were not properly managed. They were not properly clean, right? And so you have those drains, to the fact that they are porous, right? They help in the aid to flood the system, to flood communities, right? And we have seen from that. But did the Jamaica Labour Party learn anything from that? No, nothing, right? They have not created solid programs as it relates to, a consistent program to deal with drain cleaning. They haven't created none of that, right? Now, they sat, they waited, right? Beryl came, Beryl gone, and here it is. We face Melissa, and Melissa is lethal, and it is the most destructive element that it has, right? But as we speak here, my friend, do we learn anything? We still don't learn nothing. The Jamaica Labour Party don't learn anything. Am I seeing that they are crafting policies? Is Andrew Holness talking about policies that they are going to keep up consistent programs, right, to clean drain? No. Are they talking about programs where drains that dilapidated, right, where some of those drains need to be dig deeper, wider, right, and reinforced, you understand, to absorb the heavy volume of water? No, nothing like that. So when you have like the lady from the World Bank saying that the preparation is good and preparation is that, and it is just utter foolishness. You understand? Because I believe that they believe a lot of people don't understand. You understand? So it is disrespectful in terms of how that lady want to take up for crony capitalism, you understand, to continue, you understand, to suppress the developing countries. So we put her aside because we know so what she has said a foolishness. Number one, from all the experiences of the hurricanes, right, and tropical system that Andrew Holness administration had faced, right? Remember, we can't talk about the People's National Party, right? The opposition is not the government. It is clearly not the government, and it is one government at a time. So we can't blame what am I going to blame the opposition for? You understand? Because for any people, for some people who want to say, right, government, that government, it is the government that has the coffers. It is the government that responsible, you understand, to run the government, not the opposition. That is not the responsibility of the opposition, If people don't know, the opposition is there in parliament, 63 seats in parliament. The opposition is a part of that, right? And the opposition can oppose and make sure that they keep checks and balance for the government. That's all the opposition can do. The opposition doesn't have the purse, period. So I don't understand why people will be talking about the opposition and this and that. And the opposition, to me, is doing a fine job in terms of holding them accountable as it relates to the JPA situation and so forth, right? So having said that, we are talking about the administration who need to identify these things, formulate policies, create policies, right, to push the country forward, right? Are there any policies that will drive, right, the customers, right, as it relates to JPS customers, right, away from fossil to renewable energy? That, okay, all right, you're going to create what you call purchasing power, right, within the space of the society, right, and use less of fossil fuel, right, which is much more better because, of course, as I said, it will increase purchasing power, right? So then the government is not doing that. We are not seeing the government effort doing that at all. So then for them to come out and blame the opposition, right, what are they blaming the opposition for? When in 2015, Andrew Holness promised the Jamaican people, particularly where it comes to high electricity bill, he campaigned heavily on it, right? And he told the supporters that when he gets in power, he's going to bring in, right?
Labour Party will make sure.
Right away, we'll do it fast tonight. Yes. Yeah, come here and say, you can play it and then you finish it.
Yes. The Labour Party will make sure that we put in place more efficient electricity generating plants to bring down the cost of electricity to you. I don't like to make promise. I make commitment. And under the Labour Party government, we are going to ensure that we bring to this country the big power plants. We are going to ensure that we bring to this country the big energy companies that can put the money in here to build the plants to give you cheaper and better electricity.
Not my word. So make a finish that by word. And by the way, him say, him a build. That means the old infrastructure them that change it because him say him bring in for build bigger plant and everything, right? Yeah. Same thing, yes. Continue.
So this is what I'm saying, right? He made those campaign promises, right? Did he do it? Right? No, he hasn't fulfilled. And not only that, he go beyond in saying that he doesn't make promise, right? He made commitment. Well, guess what? He had failed because he had not committed to that. People are now suffering from high electricity bill. And we are not talking about Melissa, You understand? We are talking about after he went into power. So he campaigned on that 2015, my Jamaican people. And 2017, when he got in power, the very same thing that he promised that, okay, he's going to bring down the cost of electricity. Andrew Holness make sure that the cost of electricity increase. And what he had done, not only that he had go to the extent in terms of the protection of the 350 kilowatt that the People's National Party had protected us, right, as it relates to that sort of protection. Andrew Holness removed it. So then, what sort of, how is he looking out for the Jamaican people who look out for him and make sure they voted for him. So then ask yourself the question for all the people who voted for Andrew Holness. How you voted for Andrew Holness to bring down your electricity bill, and Andrew Holness make sure, say, one, him rise the cost of electricity. Number two, remove the protection from you. You understand, as it relates to 350 kilowatt, brought it down to 150 kilowatt, and now totally move everything. And remember, he came out again in Parliament and openly tricked people that he's going to reduce the GCT, right, to 15 from 15%, right, to 7%, right? And then guess what? Here it is that JPS, no, you understand that they are putting in back that 7%. You understand where they, of course, Daryl Vaz knew about it.
Well, government.
Right, the entire government knew about it.
Yeah.
So this is the trickery that they do, right? Where we all have to aware that Andrew Holness has no care, right, for the Jamaican people, apart from the elites, himself, and his family. Those are the people that Andrew Holness care about. And you people are seeing the evidence. You understand? A lonesome, a mystic, a melting pot. No one can even come out and even tell you. You are feeling it. You understand? You are struggling to pay the high electricity bill. But you must ask yourself the question, what you need to do in terms of the people who are very biased. Ask yourself the question, what was my light bill, right, as it relates to 2012 to 2016? You understand? And make the comparison as it relates to Andrew Holness 2016 in governance and now. You understand? You are paying much higher. And not only that, right? Remember that it was in Portia Simpson time was 23 cents per kilowatt. What is it now today? 45 cents. More than, look, double up. You understand? Partially double up. So how does this government care? How does this government care? You must look into the into the mirror and ask yourself, right, that in Portia Simpson time, when the minimum wage, right, was $6,000, how much of basic food items that you could purchase with $6,000, right? Make a comparison now that the minimum wage is $15,000. You understand? How much items now, as it relates to the same items, how much of those items that you can purchase now? You understand? So we don't have to come out and, try to, right, say we are doing the research and giving you the facts. You're living through the time and you are feeling it. It's just that some of the people who are who have voted for Andrew Holness, you understand? Trust me, that is just a wanga business. You understand what I deal with? And guess what? You have no participation in terms of your input to develop the nation and make a better nation. It's all about your belly. It's all about yourself. You understand? So you make sure that, okay, all right, you're satisfied if your little belly full, and you definitely, you understand, kill an entire generation. You understand? Because you stifle their success, right? So it's shame on you, because guess what? You have disappointed your generation, right? And I yield back.
All right, so I could start knock Andrew from this. So I could hear Andrew tell you how the country are going, and because of him, with him lied self. So we are fact check you right now, Andrew. I'm going to put up that one here. Because Andrew said him them control the economy in a better.
Yeah.
Andrew, yes. Andrew come say him control the economy. And he might tell you, he might tell me, see that one I'm just put up here. So it may put up right now. I see that one here. Right? All right, that one there good. I see what I put up here. So and just say, all right. So see me now. Hear this, I could dissect this. I'm going to play it out and dissect this.
We controlled our borrowing, reducing the debt to GDP.
We control our borrowing. Lie. But by the way, I want you listen good, Byron and Pat. Yeah, Andrew tell you. I remember, even the election the other day, him tell you say no borrowing, Yeah, him tell you say in the past pandemic, him borrow money, but him borrow it at a lower rate. Me tell you say this guy, I be a lie, him tell you. Be a lie, them tell you. Just listen. You must say them control borrowing when a Mama P set this from 2013. Hear this.
GDP ratio ensured that when we really needed to borrow, we could get access to funding.
When we really needed to borrow, we could get access. We have access, and Mama P make we have access to funding. Because they're done with we. From 2029, 2009 to 2011, them done with it. You couldn't get nothing for borrow by one. Apart. Continue.
But more than that, we could get access to funding at the best rates because we established our
Yeah, when I tell people about how we establish bullshit. Continue.
as good managers of resources. And
as good managers. Them will go back to IMF and mash up the place. Continue.
lower risk. The second thing we did is that we had a scheme of preparing for disasters. And essentially, it's a straightforward scheme. There are two kinds of disasters that will happen. You have high frequency, low intensity events. You can expect that every year we're going to have a rainy season. Every year there is going to be flooding. We may be impacted up to the level of...
So Andrew, if you know every year them have that, why the gully and the drain them never not clean up to now?
That's the question.
Eh?
That's
and the people still not make him attack these things and not shut him up with it in a real time. Can't you hear him saying no? That means him spitefully not cleaning these things, brother. I'm destroy the place. Willfully. Him just say it out time out in the people. Not our word. Continue.
About tropical storm. We prepare for that. Every year we know we're going to have drought.
You know, but you're not prepared. Never show yourself never prepared. Make him go and talk.
And so we have to provide for that. And how do we provide for that? Well, for the first time in decades, we established and funded the National Disaster Fund. So every year we set aside.
So people, you must have a National Disaster Fund. Michael Mann, they come with ATPEM from June 1980 after 79 flood. At that it do. So them get funding, if you look about everything like how America have. What America name thing named Byron over there? What the one name of America there? Where them have them storm and them thing. Wait name again?
You don't remember the name right now.
What name people? The one that we're going to Louisiana, man. We have everything, man. Because
no, yet, but I don't remember the name right now.
All right. We just ask them, yes. So it deal with over this. It named FEMA.
FEMA.
We have ATPEM. See, it work like FEMA, same way people. So I must have we set aside funding. Michael Mann, they do that from June 1980. Yeah, continue.
For that. So in effect, you can say we put aside savings.
Yeah, I tell you like the saving. Remember, we have a whole agency, but put up there for more long, how much years, if you control the whole of this and it get funded. If you do it, continue. You see my double up on some things that I tell BLI do. Like him just come put in these things, eh? Continue.
If your economy isn't doing well, you can't save for disasters.
Yeah, what am I telling people then, brother? The economy I do well, but look how much money we go borrow. This is what I'm doing now. So, and him sing it now on the ears. Fool no come and say, yes, the economy I do well. Well, you can't buy toothpaste to clean on the dirty teeth. No.
Hey.
You can't buy food. But you can't buy. You have to buy, girl. Yeah, well, go on. Let's see, you're good. Yes, sir,
So we set aside savings out of our revenues. The second thing we did is that we set aside a contingency, and we have that contingency, which is where we have been spending from in the initial response to the hurricane.
You hear this now? Now what we spending now? I'll be alive, I'm telling you.
Almost about $5 billion, meaning we set aside from cash flow, savings and cash flow.
But who's the cash flow where you spend from?
Hold on. Bien. Let me ask you a question. If the economy is doing well, why is he drawing down $11 billion yearly from NHT?
That alone tell us that the economy not doing well.
Okay.
That's bullshit.
Move on.
You see that, Pat? You hear the bullshit?
Yeah. Be a Yeltsin, be a garbage, be a lie, be a PR.
People, what for rubbing out
The
them
economy is
brain
doing
now.
well. The economy is doing well. And
Yes.
you are drawing down $11 billion from NHT yearly. And the economy is doing well. You're just a piece of mess.
Yeah, lie. People have fallen to these things. That's why them can't take the Titans on here, because we beat him like this. And we are dissecting meanwhile the match at same time in a real time. Continue.
We target that to low intensity, high frequency events. But then there are some events that are high intensity, low frequency. And for that, we use insurance, like the CRIF, the Caribbean Reinsurance Fund that is there. And
you answer the CRIF, but him tell us the PNP put in that, no?
No.
He must have them, him say the government.
No.
Let's listen what him say. These are the lie when him tell the people them. Because them they get anything from the CRIF last year. But them draw the money from last year.
But them never make mention of that. Whether them get it or not, them never make mention of it.
They got some money from the CRIF as it relates to burial.
So I'm not mention it. He must say him. But for correct these things, brother, can mention the CRIF, you know. And him bringing the CRIF, you know, the other one will come in, a matter of fact. We see straight edge and we say, Nancy mama, big mama, them run out and I go like, Andrew, Nigel Clark, him a visionary. Yeah. You have the CRIF. But then a band do the same thing, you just duplicate it. I duplicate it, brother. Because insurance are insurance, brother. So duplicate it. You understand? Even if you get the more money, can the CRIF give them in all 90 million, brother?
Yeah.
You get 70 and get 20 and 90
get another 20, 90 million. I think a 94 million them get from the CRIF.
Get 150, just click over.
And get 150.
So play good. All right. Yeah, Pat.
Yeah, so that almost total 250 million US between the CRIF, and the cat ban and the extra 20 million with them get.
Okay.
So we are asked the question, where all of them money there disappeared to, because we don't see no work done for them money there yet, you know. I just pay gassing and talking I come from the administration. It's pure confusion out there right now, because the money come in, and not done. Them go draw down $6.7 billion, and we know that's supposed to be under the agreement of a hurricane relief package to build back the country. But me see this guy come and I do a thing named commercial marketing, where him want spend the money now as is a commercial loan him go get. Yeah, we hear matter about Vernon Field to turn into airport, reopening back sugar factory in a Lionel Town, and then money gone to JPS from it. And I know IMF, nor World Bank, nor the IDB bank never tell him nothing about investment in your country in terms of commercial investment or development. It's a relief package, but we see where the money are head towards now. We see some business consortium I get mentioned, while the people them also they get neglecting. Yeah, the people them life neglect. While a business model, this guy come, roll out now in a society and I make a big bully for Ulabalu, go new airport, reopening back sugar factory, and now the GPS controversy, where it's pay like them a tell upon the money. So anyway you see Pum Vaz.
Yes.
Anyway you see Pum Vaz.
Yeah. We soon come knock him back on that, the one Pum Vaz. But we can knock off the one with them lies. Because this one put up in a brother. I be you say the CRIF, but him say, well, if he must say, when we play it on you him say, we are responsible and running country. So when him
not responsible for nothing. Him don't responsible for nothing, because all of these things were drafted and put in place by the People's National Party. Because the People's National Party is the party with the vision. And the People's National Party must be looked at as visioneer. So when Big Nasty thinking mama talk about Nigel Clark a visioneer. Visioneer for what? Visioneer for get money, suspicious money. Every time election time come around, you see some Suspicious money fly going in my account. And them a class it as charity. Eh? That of Nigel Clark Visioneer mission where him have and him help tell lie to. You can help back up this guy in the SSL scandal and come tell us so them not leave no stone unturned and FBI come with his lie. So the whole of them are nasty liar. We can't listen to not what this guy come tell we, you know. God, this guy is not only a pathological liar, he's a pugnacious liar. Him tell lie just like that, looking you straight in your eye. Even when him know so you know the facts about it, him just stand up with a stiff face. I tell you lie, I saw this guy operate. We have to look on this guy as a piece of shit in the place. And him a draw down the place with him corruption. And anyway, you see this guy a run go. Yeah? Member knows say food dead in yam. This guy no spend time dealing with nothing constructive to build Jamaica. This guy is all about building himself off a business model where him call business where we know a shell business them. And rob the country at all time. This is why them don't want to sign the code of conduct. Yeah? This is why you see him want to tamper with the Integrity Commission Act and the law that is there. You understand? And you see some little minions around him now do the same thing and duplicate what him do. You understand? So we know where them are going with this thing, you know. We know so them aim and objective is to rob the country and keep on robbing the country till the country sink below 80. Till we people have to run with through all various means. And we see it happen with the a whole heap of Jamaica exodus, some lose them life just to reach the promised land of America. Yeah. Running away from natural sunlight, warm habitat, place that can grow food to feed them, to enter into a land of uncertainty caused by this regime. Never in the history of Jamaica will people risk them life for opportunity of going abroad. People wait till the opportunity presents itself. You understand? But this guy creates such a meme, yeah, with him political corruptedness and him dictatorship that the people them start leave the place. It's like the people them get a sense of, you know, urgency to leave Jamaica because of this big nasty nose guy here. We're in front of it. This guy here tell lies and real. Yeah, and the undisputed king of lying of the world. And I yield back the floor.
What's him again?
A really high intensity, low frequency event, we have the catastrophe bond. So you see how we have structured our financing. We have, in our words.
So I'm saying the CRIF and the cat and then the band, and you see him says it's so we have structured our me tell you same claim everything, brother. You hear him?
We have crafted our economy.
And then craft that. The economy.
Incorporate the risk of climate damage. Nobody gives credit to the government for that.
See that, and him say if you give him credit for something when no craft. So I talk about the thing my mama be put in, yeah, and then the CRIF and then the rest, and then him same crafted it, and you know give them credit.
But it has served us through all the tropical storms,
yeah,
through all the floods, through all the droughts. We didn't have to borrow a cent, and it served us.
Yeah, him say him didn't have to borrow a cent. And it served
us well during
COVID.
No
contradiction.
During COVID, we went through our contingencies and we went through our disaster fund, but we ended up having to borrow. But we were.
So all you tell people say you never borrow no cent, you don't borrow no money for 10 budget. No, all these things you have to joke him on in a buy.
Exactly.
But the man say no borrow no money for 10 consecutive budget. Let me play back that again. You just tell us borrow. If you tell us the pandemic, he might say no borrow nothing at all, but no man say no borrow. You see it?
During COVID, we went through our contingencies and we went through our disaster fund, but we ended up having to borrow. But we were able to get the kind of borrowing that was not stressful on our economy.
No, but we have to play this stuff in a little party, you know. Because the man said no borrow nothing for 10 consecutive budget.
Yes.
This was lie.
This is what I'm saying. So him even come now, you understand, I'm shoot himself in him foot.
In him foot, him shoot up him oneself.
So we glad him said that, so that his followers can see you understand that this man, you understand, is really, right, such a liar.
Him lie,
He's a kind of artist. He's a scammer. Right, go ahead, Will.
I'm going to play it back again, make them hear it, you know. When them think I'm going to play it 2-3 times for them hear it and take it out. Hear it again.
COVID. And during COVID, we went through our contingencies and we went through our disaster fund, but we ended up having to borrow. But we were able to get the kind of borrowing that was not stressful on our economy.
You hear him? Stressful, but you say you never borrow nothing. You just go through an election, you know, borrow 10 consecutive times, you know, borrow a cent. We sure when and nothing no raise, you know, raise nothing, you know, borrow no money. Can him say him do all of this and run the economy well without borrowing. So I'm coming and saying borrow now. Him say him want it well without borrowing. Not even a cent. The guy lie. Continue.
And so a part of the strategy of dealing with these disasters is to also have contingency borrowing, meaning that should a disaster occur, we get access rapidly to pre-arrange.
Yeah, my son, I'm going for the money, you know. We get access rapidly.
Wayne, I want to speak on something, right, before you even go any further.
Yes.
Right, because this is totally disingenuous where this man is concerned.
Yes.
And what I'm going to speak on, right, is to the fact that here he is, right, sort of sheltering himself now under what Portia Simpson had done.
Yes.
And not only that, he denied from giving Portia Simpson the praise and honor, right? He now taking it for himself. And he's so disingenuous. So let us speak. Now, in 2000, Bruce Golden went in 2007.
Yes.
Right? And between 2007
2009 in borrow money.
To 2009, right? He borrowed money.
1.7 billion.
Yes, he defaulted on it.
Yeah.
And remember now that 2011, IMF turned their backs on us, right? We couldn't get any loan from IMF 2011.
No.
Right? Because of how bad it was. Right? And remember, in 2011, right, who was a part of Bruce Golden cabinet? Andrew Holness.
And
not only that, Andrew Holness was a prime minister too in 2011. Bruce resigned and gave it to Andrew Holness. Under his administration, you understand, they couldn't even go to the IMF and speak to the IMF. IMF done with them. So here he is now, coming out, you understand, claiming something that he has never done. But guess what? We are not surprised. Andrew Holness is the sort of scammer and conner. So we're not surprised. But watch this now, people. The economy was so damaged that Portia Simpson, when Portia Simpson came in power 2012, couldn't even have any, there was no money in the budget to pay even civil workers. That was how bad it was. Portia Simpson and Peter Phillips have to crawl on their knees in 2013, right, to go and get an IMF loan, right? And Portia Simpson, right, speak to Maxine Walters, the black, as it relates to the Black Caucus, right, and got, right, some, you know, again, a chance, you understand, to sit with the IMF people, and Portia Simpson has to know, Portia Simpson administration has to work out the fiscal discipline, right? And that is one of the reasons why Andrew Holness administration cannot divert away from that in terms of paying down the debt per GDP ratio. When Portia Simpson went in, the debt per GDP ratio was 147 something.
Yes.
And Portia Simpson took it down to 120 something. Right?
Right.
Now, just imagine Jamaica. Remember, it is Portia Simpson administration set the fiscal discipline, you know, set the rule for fiscal discipline, right? If the people of Jamaica did not vote out Portia Simpson, would have long attained that. Would have continued to travel on a path of success, you understand, getting stronger and stronger. Look, what people don't realize, that if the Jamaican people did not vote out Portia Simpson, the People's National Party, we wouldn't have a $3 trillion unaccounted for. So I want Jamaican people to think what I'm saying. We wouldn't have that. That would not be a concern of ours. Number two, right? Portia Simpson would never put under the microscope of Integrity Commission and be investigated. Number three, Portia Simpson's statutory declaration would have been certified. Number four, Portia Simpson wouldn't have put into a situation where she cannot explain, you understand, her wealth. Right? Number six, you wouldn't have any persons from the People's National Party under such investigation by the Integrity Commission. And your Holness administration, right? Most of them are under investigation, including the latest one, Xavier Main. We wouldn't have that Jamaica if we didn't have the power, right, to roll back the clock and roll back the curtain. Jamaica today, even although Melissa comes, right, Jamaica would be in a much, much better position. As a matter of fact, Philip Palwell would have taken us, right, closer as it relates to renewable energy, solar energy. We wouldn't have none of these, right, facing us now. If Portia Simpson was in power, we wouldn't have a leadership crisis on our hands. We wouldn't. So him doing but dare himself, him is just a scammer. Number one, if Portia Simpson was in power, Portia Simpson wouldn't join Olint. Portia Simpson wouldn't join Cash Plus. Portia Simpson wouldn't join SSL. As a matter of fact, SSL wouldn't have existed because Portia Simpson locked them down in 2012. So I can back up now, people, because they might give me some steam in the media.
Yeah, man.
Let me just inject them. Hold on the way, and I'll make you some time.
Yeah, man.
Right? SSL wouldn't rise. Right? Where Andrew Holness, after gaining power, when Portia Simpson suspend the license from SSL in 2017, what Andrew Holness did, make sure that SSL, you understand, license returned to them because he wanted, you understand, to use SSL as an engine to steal, an engine to campaign, taking away investors' money. You wouldn't have that, Jamaica. We wouldn't have that. Bolt wouldn't have lost his money if Portia Simpson was in power.
True.
So Bolt, Usain Bolt, anywhere there, you need to recognize that. And if you are for the JLP, Usain Bolt, Mystic Sensation, I tell you, shame on you. Go and do an introspection and ask yourself in the mirror, when you stand up in front of the mirror, that if Portia Simpson was in power, would I have lost my millions of dollars? Ask yourself that question. It wouldn't have happened. Investors who are crying now wouldn't be crying. In 1995, they effed up the financial sector as it relates to Dan Crawford, right? And Paul Cheng Young effed up. It is Amar Davis, who have to now create FinSac. What is FinSac? Many of them don't even know what is FinSac.
No.
FinSac is the financial adjusted company.
To buy up the bad debt, get rid of the bad debt.
They don't even know this.
Them no know. Them don't know.
What is FinSac.
No.
Right?
And then pick Baron. No move Baron. No move enough. Can you get in a spirit, my virgin said. But FinSac, after buy up the bad debt, they know that the country not go right and the company.
And who created the bad debt?
And Adlisha and the way I liberate them do. That's why they don't release it, you know.
They can't release it.
They about 200 million and don't release it.
Because Adlisha, Wayne, and that's why we call it out, you know, make the people them know say Adlisha involved in it, you know.
You mean involved in it too, man?
Adlisha get bailed out.
Yes.
FinSac bail out Adlisha, you know.
Of course. It's there.
That's right. So that's why they can't release that.
Yes.
Because all of that will show yourself, well, guess what? It is the JLP that affect the 95 financial meltdown. You hear me I speak correctly, people? You hear me not talk about FinSac? It is the JLP that affect the 95, the 90s financial meltdown. True. That was what it is. FinSac, right? Look how stupid the people are. Was there a FinSac before the financial meltdown?
No.
It is the financial meltdown that caused FinSac. FinSac has to be created to correct the situation of the 90s financial meltdown. You understand? So then people need to understand that when you're talking about FinSac. Andrew Holness benefited from that. Yeah, as a matter of fact, when Edward Siaga borrowed the money from Dan Crawford, it was Andrew Holness who was doing Edward Siaga accounting. So then Andrew Holness would have known very well about the money that Edward Siaga borrowed and didn't pay. It was Andrew Holness at the control doing, right, Siaga's accounting. So Andrew Holness know much about the 31 million US dollars that Siaga had borrowed and didn't pay it back.
He forgot
Andrew Holness is a part of that.
Baron, remember Siaga did forget to borrow it, you know.
Exactly. And Siaga forgot that he borrowed it.
But Andrew should have remember. Andrew should have remember because Andrew are the accountant.
Yeah. Right. So let's look on the level of wickedness that this man had done. Rob up investors and claim that, you understand, a 2 taxi service, you understand, gave him it. 2 taxi service gave you what? Who you can tell that? You can't tell nobody that. You understand? You venture into wallet, you rob investors, you venture into cash plus, rob investors, you understand, and I come talk about, you understand, you operate 2 taxi service. You operate a taxi service where nobody don't know. But where was that taxi route? Where the hell was that taxi route? Oh, nobody don't know that. Oh, nobody never take a taxi yet.
Nobody.
Nobody in Jamaica never take a leader taxi yet. But yet, you have the leader taxi that apply route. Which route you apply? Which route you apply? Look at all them foolishness where you chat out there, mouth. Look at all them foolishness there. I have some little jingle bang labor right, some bang belly labor right like Big Mama and Draws Davis. Bang belly labor right, them, you know.
Yeah, man.
Bang belly.
Man, yes.
You understand? Sell out the nation for them belly full. Sell out the nation for them belly full. And we have Big Mama now, they try to justify, but we're getting born with a gold spoon. And all that he need to do was to go into Olint, go into Cash Plus, and goes into SSL. As if it is a legitimate investment. You saw them, they are friggin' criminals.
But you know, say, you know, I play a big Baron, no move. You know, say, when I done play Anjo, where I draw more and draw, because I get mad in here tonight. Hey, people, make sure you eat in the dinner, because I get mad in here tonight. Because Big Mama with that thing there where you just talk about Byron.
Yes.
He said, when him talk about the money, nobody with no gold spoon, him said, it no matter how you get the money. So you know that criminal money. That right away him fling himself can put himself in it, you know. Him fling himself under the bus. It no care how you get it because they never get no one like you born with the money. So it no matter how you get it. So I'm promote criminality your time out. I'm the first Big Mama do this.
Big Mama a criminal himself. Big Mama a criminal himself.
Exactly. Let him back. I tell you something. If this was a true democracy, and that's why I mean, it's a banana republic. This. If this was a true democracy, him lose. Look here, him lose him work the following morning. You know? Big Mama lose him work the following morning.
Yes.
Right? But it is not a true democracy. It's a banana republic. Banana republic there, Jamaica. You understand? Under Andrew Holness administration. Look what the man bring down. Look what the crime shame what the man bring down upon the country. You understand? And then a parliament. You understand? Him should have shame to go into the parliament. Each time I see him in the parliament, it's that this
I'm going to tell them more and play it. So one of the JP blogger, and you know, when you talk about Andrew Holness, some of them vex about she attack her truth, but she don't know some things. But me give a thumbs up for talk her truth, but the rest a lie. You know who she said win the election, people? Big dirty thinking my man Daryl Davis and think than the boss. Me can't believe she said that because she said them and the people in my country. Listen, when we go in at that and play that at the night, I come here for a play me connect it a show no half. Remember at 14 the PMP have. I remember if they not come out to the machine and stop that and thief it and gas pole brown. Yeah, when Carl Green, what kind of green that Paul Green? Remember them can't win nothing, you know. You understand? So when she come out and say that and I give big mama them a failure. Big mama come, a matter of fact, big mama me have this plan it documented. Big mama say Andrew I win 55 seats. He might go up around 6. And we'll look him dwindle down. See? So I want to stop give Big Mama this kind of praise and Daryl Davis. Them it's garbage. They are garbage. None of that Big Mama did say he might win 55 seats. With him go poll, of course that him say. So if you know better than this, and I give them praises. We're going to back them again, Byron. Yes, Byron. What's up? I can finish that one, Byron.
Debt. You can't get access to that unless you have established that you are a good, well-managed economy.
That's people, Byron does say it already. Let me repeat. You have a well-managed economy where live in a NHC. I block you down. I mash you up.
I'm a very good economy.
NHC, 11 point, I'm going over 100 billion out of NHC, but my manager, a good economy. Only thing the man do, you know, is supposed to set it by law, so them put the money aside to pay down the debt. Service, not pay down. Service the debt. Right? And if you come down by which year, because Porsche set that by the year, not Andrew Holness, not Ligel, it's there. I will play it when me done. This have to stop, the lie have to stop, brother. Not so good, brother.
But I mean, of course.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Dangerous. Too lie, man. Continue.
So we have put in all of these
measures
to ensure that if we were hit by the worst event, and by the way, hurricane.
Let them put it in. Lie again, you know.
In Melissa is one of the 3 strongest hurricanes to have impacted anywhere in the world. I believe the strongest would have been in the Pacific. Hurricane Melissa would be the 2nd strongest in the Atlantic. So
we're going to look up that, you know, because anything
about discussion about government response and all the other.
Remember the lightest thing this way ever walk 2 foot per earth. Dangerous. Continue.
That you hear. The fundamental is that Jamaica was struck by one of the strongest hurricane, causing some of the worst ever damage in Jamaica's history. And we are certain as to where the recovery and reconstruction will come from and how it will be funded. That is a massive achievement for a small island developing state. Jamaica was considered the case study
Yes.
debt reduction.
Hear this.
That's where he went wrong. That at the same time wrong.
That me I tell them I hear this again now.
Now we are going to be considered the
As a matter of fact,
study.
you know what, Wayne?
Yes.
Let me send you the information to show the people then.
Yeah, man.
Let me send you the information that you can show the
Of
people then. At the
reconstruction
same time
and
wrong.
resilience
Just so the dirty
building.
liar they're gone wrong.
So now we are considered the reconstruction and resilience. So this is what me tell about this guy. This guy is dangerous. I'm going to play something to you now. Let me play something to you right now. Send that to me by right.
We're not going to left that so. We're not going to left that so, Ian.
Look on the screen right now. And just look on this. Remember, this is not a hurricane.
Nasty piece of money.
This is not a hurricane. But look on this. Look on this.
Were inundated by floodwaters in Trafalgar Park, St. Andrew, as heavy rains pounded the island Friday evening. Quick thinking led the residents, including 2 children, to climb a fence and escape chest-high water.
Check them nearly drown. Remember, we don't have no river there, so we don't have no sea. The gully them black up.
The gully them black up. Clean one clean.
Look on this.
After a gully in the area burst its banks. Kalisha Williams has that story.
This is moments after 5 residents fled their homes in Trafalgar Park, St. Andrew, to seek shelter on their neighbor's veranda.
See it there? See over our yard there. Flood out. A pure water run through the yard.
By nightfall, the water receded.
Look at it.
You can't find no shoe, nothing, a whole heap of thing wash out of the house.
When our news team visited on Saturday afternoon, the owner of the 2 properties, Nadine Thompson, was overcome by emotions. Debris covered every room. This TV, no use. Refrigerators and a generator, all waterlogged, and several other pieces of furniture and appliances were damaged. But she bemoaned the things she couldn't save, like items belonging to her son who died earlier this year.
Yes, it's God, it's electronics, look at there, that is shoes, them out there, it's God.
But she was spared from the wrath of the flood. She explained that it began raining heavily and she noticed a leak. Her friend came to assist, and then
I'm hearing roo, like a roo sound, a roo sound.
People, listen.
And my back was turned, and I just hear him say, Nadie, move, move, move. And I just rock. I'm going to look around, pure water. Then I just hear, pashai. This glass right here is a glass door. It just flash, break out and go inside, and the water just start come.
They later discovered that the sound was this decades-old wall falling after the gully behind the house burst its banks.
So she said, Prince, how are this? I said, just relax, relax. And she started saying, I'm going to drown because I can't swim. I said, don't let me go. So I said, let me open this sliding door, which is the front one. So I reach over to that, open it, furniture come in.
At that point, the water was almost at their chest. However, they managed to leave the house and walked through the flood water. Dwight Walker, who lives in the adjoining house, had to do all of that with his 2 children.
When we come in the water now, the water move forward, push forward. So I tell them to hold on for me and don't move.
They all managed to escape danger by climbing over this fence.
Now, just for you to understand how powerful the water was yesterday, there was a car parked here, but the force of the water lifted it, it started to float, and now this is where the car is. And as you can see, the front bumper is also damaged. Now, many of the items here, some can be fixed, but many are beyond repair.
And while it will take some time before the cleanup is completed, they believe improper gully development to facilitate the building of an apartment in the area was the cause of the problem. And so, Ms. Thompson believes she should be compensated.
There's a wall there blocked up. It's like a needed for gust, so the water can't go nowhere. If the rain fall, the water can't go nowhere. The only way the water can escape is to be. I don't want no money for this. My tax are 100,000 a year. I have to pay for this, right? So I don't think that me should have paid them high tax there and I live like this.
Kalisha Williams.
I'm going to show them one more thing. The Korean Jew people. This is before, look here. I mean, I play what Andrew said. This brand new people. So still, they're not doing the climate change, you know. They're going to be clean. Not doing the climate change. Nothing. Yeah? Look on that. You be that place and no drain and nothing at all. Look on this. This time the river nothing, in the river banking and nothing, no hillslide. Look here. Look here again.
New details this afternoon about the extent of the damage from the flooding at the NHT's Ruthven Towers in St. Andrew. Since the incident, the NHT has had to embark on structural changes to prevent recurrence. The issue was raised at this morning's Standing Finance Committee meeting in Parliament. O'Shane Masters reports.
Just under $50 million has been spent by the National Housing Trust, NHT, to replace vehicles which were damaged by floodwaters at the Ruthven Towers in St. Andrew in November last year. It's understood that 14 vehicles were damaged from the floodwaters in the underground parking facility at the complex. The NHT managing director, who was questioned by the opposition spokesman on finance, Julian Robinson, says most of the claims brought against the Housing Trust by the residents have been settled. But what's the cost?
I do not have the exact amount, but the last check, it was somewhere in the region of about $44 million. When we went to the board...
And you see who have to do this now? NHT now have to come and go pay back the people them for them care about. Listen and listen now to the people them talk about the storm now, like which part of Jamaica safe? With Andrew Holness, which part of Jamaica safe is the island? But no care where I talk, all them need to do set up the drain, clean the gully and clean the drain, and clean up the rubbish and clean up the place. It minimizes damages. Me not even ask him. Look and hear him now.
Now exists right throughout Jamaica, where climate and environmental challenges pose.
Come and put it on more world climate. When the man not clean up the place, it cannot stay like this. Look how Sandy Gully big. Or make it stay that for bank up like this, brother. Eh? So if that bank up, so you can imagine the smaller things there. Because big in a Byron. And eh?
You know who I blame for this?
Yes.
Commissioner of Police, you know.
Because
them should have arrested him, you know.
Long time.
But he make sure he put on puppet there.
Yes.
To lie about the murder rate. To prevent him from going into prison. The Commissioner of Police at Jamaica, what people need to understand, he is the worst of all.
True.
He is the one that allowed Andrew Holness to continue with his wrongdoing. The Commissioner of Police is a Judas, is a Barabbas. Because if the Commissioner of Police serious about investigating Andrew Holness, serious about charging Xavier Main, we won't have these criminals in front of us going on and behaving as if they are politicians. They are not politicians, they are criminals. Plain and simple. They are not politicians, they are criminals.
Look on this now. Yeah, when I tell the people them I blame climate change, you notice him take every blame off everything. May I show you how him I blame climate change, and right now more be a pile up, and may I show you why it pile up. Continue, listen.
A risk to settlements, people who have chosen to live.
Chosen! Hey, who know say most of the people them when you say have land Byron, then come back, come see where them mother live and them get it. Majority of the people them when I chat to are them father and them granny they live there too. Hear this, you're chosen.
On gully banks.
Hear this.
Chosen to live in river courses. Chosen to live.
Who used to live in a river courses? Black River, there's a town. It have a sea, yes, like anywhere else. And by the way, them sell out all of the seafront, you know. Vaz them not have house pan Blue Lagoon. Of course.
Yeah, man.
Them backyard in the sea, them a matter of fact, them take it over. But him tell you this like him want it. Hear this.
On unstable slopes.
Chosen. Unstable slopes. All the man them need to do put reinforcement under the thing. People them live there for centuries. Hear this.
To live in coastal areas that are threatened by sea level.
Coastal areas, then why they sell the one of the beachfront property them to these people? You know, say the rest him want, Byron.
Exactly.
I him want.
Level rise. They will say, we had no choice. There was no system by which I could get a house somewhere that is safe.
Man, come on, move from front of me. Move from front of me, man.
Yeah, man, get rid of the piece of shit, man.
Well, what's that? This is bullshit. Yeah, because I'm just showing you Kingston. The woman have a house up there, so where she near the zone and them have to take bush, take fence. Any river there, Baron? You see Gully Bank, you see river bed up there? You see the flip side of the sea?
Yeah, look at
Florida. Brand
Florida.
new building, don't it flood?
Look at Florida. Look how Florida flat.
All right.
Florida flat.
All right.
And homes constructed, you understand, within those areas.
All right.
What are you talking about? Right? Because he want to go creep up the rest of land. You understand? Forgive him friend them.
The Papa Tree Card guy we have a deal with, you know.
Yes.
The Papa Tree Card. Yeah. And this guy, Jamaica, have to take matters in them hand to move this guy. I mean, I talk about the common people. Because you can't rely upon the commissioner, you know.
No.
You can't rely upon the judicial system out there. Them are failure. Yeah, you can't rely upon United States of America. Yeah. Them are pal. So, this now is a people power struggle. Because the people them feel the pinch. So this now becomes a people power struggle and is a people resolution to move this piece of shit here from out of a political landscape. Because when you have a guy, yeah, where we know for a fact say him shelter under Portia Simpson umbrella that cover Jamaica financial sector after him and Bruce Golding desecrate it to the extent where IMF refused from enter into any dialogue with Jamaica simply because Bruce Golding and Andrew Holness and the Labour Party cabinet refused to even talk to IMF after them default on several PMN. At one time, IMF not hearing from them either lock up them phone or something. You know, when you have to a partner with a partner banker and you bankrupt and you start hide from the partner banker. And that Andrew and Bruce Golding and the Labour Party are do. So, them get an economy that was, you know, flourishing. Red carpet treatment when them come in. Because member parties appear off the country dead. Jamaica was debt free. And them take it and within 4 years, Jamaica end up in a bankruptcy. Bankruptcy to the extent where Mama P, Peter Phillips, yeah, and Mark Golding, farmer contingent, and went abroad and couldn't entertain IMF because IMF was so, you know, within themselves, cut up against how Jamaica government, the Labour government deal with them. Yeah? So it's like them say, yeah, me not with you know. It took Congresswoman Maxine Walters, yeah, to lobby on behalf of Jamaica. And she have to also get some of her PR people up there to put in a good word. So him come and him a take the umbrella and a shelter himself now and a chat a bag of rubbish. The fiscal discipline that, you know, is there to protect the borrowing. Yeah? That was done by Portia Simpson administration. She alongside Peter Phillips, Mark Jefferson Golding was there as well. So when you hear Andrew Holness claim these things, I don't know who I'm talking to. Because I cannot be speaking to people like we. He might talk to this young set of generation who not understand nothing and do not wish to learn about Jamaica. Yeah? So we know them come with all different type of narrative, you know. Yeah? To shape the background and to separate themselves as the good party and the People's National Party, the bad party. Is the other way around. Because this guy is a master of reverse psychology and is the world undisputed king of lies.
Minister from Jamaica.
So we now have to be here
so much for being
and making sure we eradicate everything what him say and tell the people them the truth. Yeah? We have to do that because this guy has been using, you know, the political landscape, and I tell be a lie everywhere him go. Which way we know so this guy have been robbing the country. Robbing the country left, right, and center. Him rob the country in a day, him rob the country in a night. So you see, when they matter about these people now who, you know, attach themselves to coastline and all these things, get him and get rid of the people them have there. That's why I'm come up with the idea of building a scheme. Yeah? Move the people them and then give them friends, the coastline them. Because that the coastline of them prize asset in Jamaica right now, you know. And then so them want to string out the whole coastline with the hotels. Yeah? Hotels and beach villas. You understand? And that them want to do. Now we know for a fact say people grew up in a Jamaica on the piece of land where them come see their mother or them grandmother did have. Yeah, that's where them reside. Can't remember, you know. Them people don't deal with land reform, you know, like Michael Mann the time, you know. Them not give a title, them not do nothing. Them friends sit down in a UDC office and learn about every piece of land where they in a place and them tell them call about to go and take them. You understand? This is why you see Pernell Charles have the amount we have in a St. Thomas. This is why you see JC Hutchinson have the amount we have down in a St. Elizabeth there. You understand? Because this is what them do. And this is why you see Andrew them have so much property all over the place. Because them friends sit down around a UDC and identify the place them and tell them and them go rob them. This is the practice where them are going with. You understand? You know, see the man go back Clifton tell us the land of Michael Leaching. Eh? We plant pepper. What to Michael Leaching now? Him have something what is easier to manage than the land over there. And it feel 400 million US them own now. So you know, say, the whole of them are scam and robber. And Andrew is the 3-card master. Because him now at the pipers, son, you know, we come blow the trumpet, you know. Float the whistle to the people. You understand? And tell people lie. No, we have to, you know, have an eye on this guy, you know. Because right now, you know, at Jamaica the prize, you know. Yeah? And I'm not for do it politics right, you know, and party affiliation, you know. Jamaica are the prize where we have to keep our eye on us. We are going to lose our island to foreign investors and the Labour Party. Because right now, the Labour Party administrator them who in the party, the whole of them have the land, them and business place, them and building all over the country. Some place you no go, no, them, no of them have them. See them gone with Blue Lagoon. You know how long Blue Lagoon sit down there? You know how long? No People's National Party administrator or individual ever try to own that place for themselves and develop it up. Yeah? None. So when you see Pum Vaz and the whole of them go around there and take with that from the people, take them take from the people, you know. Because down the line it going to be lucrative to them. You see the charge them, a hotel them 1 billion. You know. You see around when father have the piece of land, where nobody don't live around there. Around them you see them a build road. Road! In our community where nobody don't exist, but place where people live, them neglect those roads. Because what them do, use the taxpayers' money, yeah, create the basic infrastructure so the land can become prime land now. So they make them billions off of the land. And we see it play out in front of it. So we are watching the ring of corruption, yeah, where them are going with. And feel like, so well then it unnoticed. We noticing it. Because we're not stupid. Why would you want to invest money to cut road in a place where nobody no live? But which part of the people them live and neglect it? Them not on the road. Eh? Because Charles land round there, so. And them want it to become prime property. In terms of putting in the basic infrastructure, road and water. The land easy to sell. Investor will come because the basic indemnity is there. You understand? So we are watch them. Pum Vaz them around there, so. Even call Portland Vazland, because I want to capture everything around there. If in a mine shop, them gone with Somerset Falls and all them place there. You understand? So we know where we're going. Are we going to sit back and allow them? These minions, these colours, these criminals, these masters of corruption, take Jamaica from the common man and woman. We can't allow it. Andrew Holness cannot create a grain of dirt. He can't make it. No man can make dirt. So I don't see why Andrew and him collabo them want Jamaica. Jamaica is for the people. The people of the land of Jamaica, that's who it belongs to. It don't belong to the Labour Party, Andrew Holness and them foreign investor. And when we see a going at Jamaica is cause for concern, is an act of blatant criminality that is being rolled out on a day-to-day basis. When you take away beach access from the people of the land, what is that telling? What is that saying? What is that doing? It is taking away the people them rights. It is taking away the democracy. It is telling them you are not even a first class or a third class. You are no class citizen in your own place of birth. And it is saying to them that foreigners will take this away from you because it does not belong to you. That is the game they're playing. So all these people that you see attaching themselves to the Labour Party, and Andrew Holness now become the Prince of Paradise Island, Jamaica. That won't happen around here once we are here, you know. Andrew is not no prince. A guy might call him Prince Andrew, but we know he's a criminal like himself, give him that name. Jamaican people will not look at this guy as a prince. This guy is a criminal. This guy, Andrew, Big Nose Holness, is a criminal that is being protected by the judicial system that we have in the country. It's two things people afraid of in life. One is death and one is prison. So if Andrew did know say him I got prison or the color about them round him know them I got prison, them nah do what them are doing in terms of stealing the country finance. They would not do it. They would protect themselves from out of prison to the extent like how you see them protect them life. Because them want the wealth where them earn, the hard-earned wealth and that we want them to possess. Not the scamming and the ripping off and the chopping off wealth. Yeah? Because all the money we see Jamaica get under Andrew Holness regime, you know. We don't see where them the money they spend on, you know. We don't see nothing put up. No, but them get a vast amount of money. This administration is the most borrowed administration ever in the history of Jamaica. They borrow money left, right, and center, and they do not tell the people of Jamaica. This is why the taxation in Jamaica is so high. Because Jamaicans are paying a high price for Andrew Holness and his administration, miscalculation of public funds, misuse of public funds. And it's left down to the taxpayer, the common man and woman, yeah, to take up that burden and fill back that gap. Because it's not like when they borrow the money and use the money for their own intended purpose, you know. The lenders will say, okay, that's fine. No, the lender have to get back the money at the going rate, interest rate that is applied to it. And the longer you take to pay off the debt is the more interest it accumulates, so the money keep mounting and growing till it grows past Blue Mountain. The height of the borrowing now, the debt with Jamaica in a rise higher than Blue Mountain, which is 7,402 feet. You can't imagine you pack up money and it reached 7,402 feet. We did already own nearly 2.5 trillion. When them go borrow already, push it close to 5 trillion, if not beyond 5 trillion. Here, so that's how we did there. Right now. A serious, serious problem that for the Jamaican people going forward. I don't know the next generation going to manage. I am sorry for him, the current generation, but most of them is to be blamed. Most of this generation currently, especially the people who are eligible to vote, they are to be blamed as well. Because how can you lend your support to a criminal? A guy who cannot be certified from 1998 people. I don't go all the way back to this early 2020. This man cannot be certified from 1998. Because remember, I know, his first submission was all a lie.
You're right, Melting Pot. 100% correct.
His first submission was a lie.
100%
Remember this guy, you know, same coming to politics with 47 million. And I sure 1998 submission never have been that 47 million. And the taxi them never night. The ladder. And the mobile, sunshine, never night. And all the rest of wealth them when accumulate him never give them till just where they. So Andrew cannot be certified from 1998. My God, this is 27-year onward. This guy is a criminal. Him should be in prison as me attack right now. But what happened? Him just roam the place. Because you know, see who get raised up here in Jamaica. Just look at my people. Member of Parliament and High Court judges. So him award himself. Yeah? And that's why me have to exclude members of the People's National Party. Because the opposition did not award themselves an increase. They are automatically giving it. Because that's how it operates. If you as a government raise the increase, then the opposition people increase have to raise as well. Yeah? If them could have do without raise the opposition one, them wouldn't do it. But it's a compulsory. Yeah? So it cannot not do the people. Yes, my brother.
Automatically too, you know. Remember I did 14 and them, you know. And you don't have 14 opposition at the time.
Yeah.
So yes, I never them.
A few people. You understand? Yeah. But when we are looking at, you know, we and Byron, yeah, is how much has been offered to the people, the high judge them, yeah, the high court judge them, yeah, that increase. And when you neglect your nurses, your doctor, your teacher, the fireman, and even the police, them, even though them not so tangible, but them a civil servant, hard-working civil servant as well. Yeah, when you neglect them, yeah, have them in a wage bind, where them wage now move, but you're one zoom like a rocket gone in space. Yeah, you're right. The judge them one zoom. You know, sister, a cause to concern that Jamaican. That a cause to concern, you know. So when you hear them come and spew them lie, just look within the lie and you can find the truth. This guy tell Jamaican people say him don't do promises, him make commitment, him don't fulfill one yet. I bet time did I stick to promises. Him not fulfill nothing. The guy come and him clean with everything that was there to protect consumer. Where the People's National Party and the Portia Lucretia Miller leave there. And me a talk about GPS now and the light. That 350 kilowatt safety net before you start pay tax on the next usage. They move that in a 3 phase. The first phase, them going, them take off 200 one time. Them go back and take a next 100, left 50, and them wipe out the next 50. You understand? And them wipe it out on a little sykes. Because them phase it in, you know. So it's like you don't know when it's gone. Them phase it in because this guy is a trickster, is a criminal. Yeah, and this is how him operate. Where are the two big major power supply company where you bring come? You want to tell me, say, one of the Japanese investor and one of the South Korea investor, and most of them, they are the two power supply company where you bring come. Most of them, they can't win us. You bring no energy company coming up. Me no see no Shell, nothing, you know. Me no see no N-Power, me no see nothing, you know. Me no see no British gas company, me no see nothing of them sort. Them see two investors come. One from Japan, them have 40%, and one from South Korea, 40%. And them, they are the two big power supply where you bring come, energy supply. Andrew, you're a shit house, man. And the whole of Jamaica will tell you that now and rise up against you and rebel against your style of leadership. Yeah? A full time now. Our people just sit down like a log and make this guy just destroy them life and them pick it to come life and them grand pick the life. Even them mother life now who work and tile with the country and becomes a senior citizen now if you get a good pension packet to live comfortably in our old days. Not getting nothing. Grandfather not get nothing. Nobody not get nothing across the board apart from the politician them and the judge. People not see where I'm going. We have to put an end to this. Because this no more than slavery, you know. Slavery is something that entrenches people's life. You have to work the rules. You have to make sacrifice out in the burning sun and you get beaten on your backside if you not move the stick away to cut up the land. Yeah? Sometimes you get beaten till you dead, them left you in the field. You know who bury you, the vulture. Yeah? But at least when you come in and you line up, you get your ration. I see people that work hard in Jamaica and can't get a meal for God them dead. United Nations put out the numbers with you. This is how bad it is. While these people can't eat the finest and drink the finest and enjoy the finest and live the stylist. And you know, say, Andrew, look where him live. You think Andrew would ever think about dropping container house up where him live on Fin Piece of land, up at Beverly Hills, if it destroy? No, him a rebuild. Him a rebuild properly. But look for the people who might choose with them. Container houses. This tell us that this guy don't care for the people. Yeah? Him doesn't care. When them sick, them fly out. Yeah? But we must sit down and lay down on cardboard and sleep in a chair, hook up. Bad blood circulation I run right through you. Yeah, and everything like that. You're hot in the air fan. Because there's no cooling system. Yeah? And when night come, you have to clap on because mosquito come through the window them. Yeah? That's a Jamaica thing there. It's in a shambles. It's in a ruins. And our people have to take back the country from the nastiness we are running. People have to take back Jamaica. It belongs to Andrew Holness now, the Labour Party. Find some credible people that can be entrusted with the day-to-day running and affairs of Jamaica. You cannot have people who are uncertified as member of parliament. And several of them over that cabinet cannot be certified. Well, look on this little piece of shit guy who will come to the place. Xavier Main. Eh? Where him get him well from? That's him a sell all building for 120 million. Yeah? All them things. Where him get them wealth from?
Same place where Andrew come from.
Right. I remember.
Hey, Pat, we don't want to leave off of this because we're not going to Pum Vaz no, but we want, you remember the same physical discipline people, and we are talking about people like show something. So,
all right, put it up, my brother.
It up there. Make we hear what Peter Phillips did I say, yeah, so, yeah, and what them have to do, and he might tell about the whole hardship and what have you, what them get. See, tell people, listen to this.
Mr. Phillips, thank you so much for being here today. Jamaica earlier this year signed an economic adjustment program with the IMF, the
Yeah, what I'm saying, people. It's not just about, you know. No, hey, people, I'm going to put me, you know. Because I have it thrown there, you know. No play with me, stop telling people them lie. Boy, I run country well. Listen to this, people.
DB and the World Bank. You just had the first review. How are things going and how is it affecting average Jamaicans on the street?
It is a difficult program for the.
And by the way, people, at this moment, Byron and Pat, when you have ministers, when you have government attack you and tell you the truth, they may tell you, so we're doing well on this and that, and tell you because them just take over from the JLP and it matters and this is what them have to do. Yeah, just listen.
As a whole, the program was made possible because of a series of prior actions that were insisted upon by the fund that involved wage restraint by public sector workers. It involved a haircut on net present value for the bondholders of Jamaicans.
So let me say something to you, Pat. I'm Byron. So if it involves the way of it, restrict, why is it Andrew now go take too much money for themselves and the public sector worker can't get nothing? Because this never done yet, it continue, you know, brother.
Exactly.
This is not easy. Continue.
Securities, and it has certainly involved major increases in tax revenue that has affected all the population. So it's been a difficult program. It has involved tremendous hardships for ordinary people. It is true that the pain does come before the gain, but we are expecting that we will begin to see the results in greater levels of economic activity, greater levels of export activity, a contraction of our balance of payments deficits on current account, and that the foundations of the economy should get stronger over time. I'm expecting that we will see a return to growth in the figures for the second quarter.
But this is issue that Jamaica has failed programs before, and this program.
That's when they matter about it, feel I want to put in a place, people. This and that in a place.
Though it's very front-loaded, it's still very. It has gaping vulnerabilities. I mean, how do you know that this isn't going to be thrown off course as well?
I think.
Oh, Peter don't know that one because it's showing vulnerability, right? Oh, you know, set now it's showing off a course as well. Because this is how they have to set it back.
It is the case that ourselves and indeed other small states face considerable vulnerabilities in what is still a very fragile global environment, economic environment. There is always the almost certainty of climate-related disasters occurring in the Caribbean each year during the hurricane season. We are going to be affected also by longer-term developments in relation to climate change. And I think that increasingly, the good news of that is that increasingly the international community and the multilateral organizations are recognizing that special attention needs to be paid to the circumstances of small states, and in this instance to the circumstances of Caribbean states, and that a rethink of the issue of how to speed up the growth dynamic in the Caribbean is also on the agenda for discussion.
But yeah, lots of these small countries, small states, as you mentioned, are in the Caribbean. I mean, the Caribbean itself seems to be trapped in a bit of an economic morass. I mean, what's the situation out there when you look at some of your neighbours as well?
Well, I think one thing to notice is that the global crisis of 2008 has probably had the most severe and the most prolonged impact in the Caribbean.
And brother, you notice when the man attack him about the JLP, him just still say, cry, and him just talk, you notice?
No,
not the blame
game, you know. Them not the blame game.
You know. Them just say the crisis, this, they will fix it and them thing. Them just tell it as is. Some rather listen real leaders. As some man used to talk to you, if something not go on, him say, well, this is go on, this is a struggle. No, Andrew Holness. Right. Be a lie.
Are small in size and for the most part tourist-dependent economies. Developments in the United States devastated these economies. The tourism earnings went down sharply. Debt rose, remittance flows were.
And to them time, I'm tell about, you know.
And
attack. You notice? I'm not telling them not control nothing.
Also affected negatively. And now there's a tremendous debt overhang. Probably about half of the CARICOM states have or are about to enter into an IMF adjustment program. The only sure way out of this is growth.
Growth, we're not have.
To return to growth is also going to involve fiscal consolidation. Certainly we in Jamaica accept the necessity of fiscal consolidation.
That it and you talk about.
Fiscal prudence.
Right.
indeed the establishment of such rules as we can to ensure that we never again have such a massive debt buildup that...
Okay.
I'm come back
okay.
Yeah. I'm not blame them, I'm just telling that's what we know. Remember, before this, 95 parties leave IMF. So I could not, I know the PMP. And them.
No.
Here. Yeah, remember play it back again. Yeah, when I tell you the one of the debt and everything we're going for it. Yeah.
We in Jamaica accept the necessity of fiscal consolidation.
The fiscal consolidation.
Indeed, the establishment of such rules as we can to ensure
the establishment of such rule, and them do it. And Andrew Holness. See, I tell you, never again it must happen. Yeah.
We'll never again have such a massive debt buildup that puts future generations through the travail that we have had to go through.
That we have to, me don't chat, brother. Me just move the man there. And Peter Field, me just salute you. Baron.
Yeah,
and then me want to show you one more video make you talk on this, brother. It's very important. Me sure one more video make you talk on this. Andrew, if you stop telling people them lie, brother. When you touch IMF, stop telling people them lie because let me show you, madam. See when she come talk, she herself. See it, not on this. When IMF come down, brother, Peter, look here.
As you heard earlier, Christine Lagarde, the managing director of the International Monetary Fund (IMF), is in Jamaica on official business. Madame Lagarde, who is a native of France, was elected managing director of the multilateral agency on June 28, 2011, succeeding Dominic Strauss-Kahn. Her visit to Jamaica underscores the fund's support for Jamaica's economic reform program and cements her commitment to assist.
Where she come from, people? Not doing this.
The Caribbean. Just last week, the executive board of the IMF confirmed that Jamaica successfully passed all 4 tests on the...
You're not on this, Snyder. I'm used to the government. You see it? Come again.
Extended fund facility. The country is set to receive another $70.9 million, bringing total disbursements to date to $414.4 million.
You know, since the Jamaica government, PMP government, borrow less and use it as straight back place more than 100 them borrow billions.
Because we shouldn't be borrowing so much.
No, them borrow less.
But Andrew Holness want to spin it, borrowing more and going like something good.
And it's not good, not good. Because the PMP not so much thing where them take from Andrew Holness, but them borrow less.
From implementation, key reforms that had been pending for a long time were implemented.
Yeah, implemented, people.
Hold on, Wayne. Play back like over. Make the GLP critics them ear. Make Big Mama ear. Make Draws Davis ear. Play it back over.
All right.
Let's play it back over because they must see how the delegation come meet. Which people them come shake on with.
All right.
So where was Nigel Clark?
Them look here, sir. Nigel. Play it again.
To date to $414.4 million.
In the first year of program implementation, key reforms that had been pending for a long time were implemented.
You see, depending from long time.
Key reforms.
And implemented, yes, sir.
Implemented, including the fiscal discipline.
Right.
In particular, the tax incentive legislation approved by Parliament in December 2013 and the fiscal rule approved in March 2014.
Something again, man.
The fiscal rule.
Hold on. Find the video where Andrew Holness has said in a Parliament him is the father for physical discipline. And PNP is not the father. Hold this.
Yeah, man, Christine Lagarde, man.
Play about this.
Yes.
Play about this.
That's why.
In particular, the tax incentive.
Yeah, man.
That's why you find it say they don't want the people to listen to us. They tell the people, you understand, not to come over our platform, not to listen to our platform, because we have the truth over here, and they don't want to look bad.
I remember when I thought, the second I thought, you said, at the IMF chief, this come herself, you know.
All right.
What happened? Not me and Byron or Pat.
that had been pending for a long time were implemented.
Okay.
In particular, the tax incentive legislation approved by Parliament in December 2013 and the fiscal rule approved in March 2014.
You hear the fiscal rule?
But there are other major reforms that are on the must-do list, including the collection of taxes.
Big Mama, you hear this?
Okay.
They might tell you because they put it in your this.
So that there is no evasion and there is collection.
Okay.
Modernizing the public sector and improving the business climate in order to pursue the attractiveness of Jamaica, which has caused foreign direct investment to significantly improve and increase over the last 12 months. Consistent implementation of these reforms will boost investor confidence and growth.
We are making further improvements in the business environment and implementing major projects in a timely way to serve as catalysts for growth and development. It is also the shared commitment of the government and the IMF that vital social safety net programs will be maintained to protect the most vulnerable, even as we press ahead with economic transformation.
Madam Lagarde also responded to concerns about the slide in the value of the Jamaican dollar.
Yes, I went unto them to make the dollar for moving, brother.
Yes.
I went them do them, I blame all the PMP for that too, and so when can the dollar to hear this?
I think you have to look back to where we were a year ago.
Look back.
Growth was collapsing, employment was going up.
Come back the IMF boss. Yes, shall tell you if you look back a year ago when we are going. Hear this, Byron. Shall tell you where they're going in Jamaica. Hear this.
A year ago, where growth was collapsing, employment was going up, where reserves were running out, and where Jamaica was bleeding its reserves in order to support a currency that was clearly overvalued. So as a result of that, and to give all levers to the Jamaican authorities, and I'm talking here about the finance minister and the governor of Central Bank, it was necessary to determine a devaluation of the currency so that it could be at the right level of appreciation. It was clearly overappreciated. A lot has been done. There's still a little way to go, not much, still a little way to go, but it's clearly on a net value that you have to determine that devaluation. I don't like to use the word devaluation, and I prefer to use the word right valuation, because it may well be down the road as the program proceeds, as growth picks up, and as the reserves build up, that it will not be devaluation forever, and it might revaluate. Okay? So, right valuation has to do with determining the right currency level on the basis of production factors, on the basis of inflation differential, on the basis of competitiveness factors.
Yes, I'm not sure, but yes, me sure. See, come now. I'm more sure in 2015 now, and then let's go upon this now. Same IMF. Let me show them the money. All right, let me play this. IMF. Yeah, Anjo, stop and talk about you and physical discipline. You make money. Stop telling people them lie, brother. Them things are documented. Stop it, man. You have to film them things in the Bible. You know, Pat?
Yeah.
No, if they even show me, you know, show the man, yeah. The man are going to just be like independent, you know.
Win.
IMF tracker.
Win.
Look on tracker.
Win. Now go move my trucks. I make wife for me.
Yeah, man.
Hello, I'm Jovan Johnson with the IMF tracker. This week, Jamaica's debt to GDP ratio declining. IMF invites civil society to give its input on its surveillance role, and the Planning Institute of Jamaica has positive economic forecast. These stories in a moment, but first, our question of the week. What is a shoestring? Stay tuned, the answer comes up at the end of the program. 2013-2014 fiscal year, on March 31, it's expected to be 8% lower than it was at the end of the previous fiscal year. Prior to Jamaica's agreement with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, on May 1 last year, the debt to GDP ratio was at 147%.
Not my word. Yeah.
But by the end of March, it's expected to be lowered to about 139%. Speaking at a forum recently, the finance minister said unless Jamaica has a wish for national suicide, the government has no option but to make the current economic support program with the IMF a success.
Yeah. Me done chat to them in a pot.
Yeah.
Me done chat to them.
And brother, remember, I know, yeah, this IMF representative, yeah?
Yes.
She make mention, of certain critical aspect as to what responsibility must be adhered to and must be carried out.
Yes.
She speak about investment. I'm going to show you something now. 2015, Jamaica attracted $926 million in a U.S. foreign investment.
Yes.
2015. All right? Them take the country 2016. Okay?
Yes.
So you know them get the whole of that. It's 2023. You know how much amount of foreign investment that come at Jamaica? 376 million US dollar. It shows that between 2015 to 2023, over an 8-year period, Jamaica foreign investment declined by 550 million US dollars in foreign investment. So not now go on in a Jamaica comparing to when PMP give them the country. Just look for 926 million US dollar investment, foreign investment we are coming. And match that up to 376 million what a US dollar foreign investment 2023. It's where Andrew carry the country. Him dwindle it down. Every sector dwindle down under this guy administration. Because number one, him is a chopper, him is a criminal. And him don't know how to govern a country. Just like how Peanut Dread said can govern a plate of food. You understand?
Yeah,
and a serious thing. It might sound funny, but it's true. Yeah? Because everything decline under this guy, And in order for him look good, he might have to fabricate the numbers them. So even entrusted entity like PIOJ, who used to be credible under the People's National Party, has gone rogue under the Labour administration because people are getting butter for tell lie now. Yeah, Andrew rub butter upon them mouth and them and grease up them pants. And the whole of them are tell lie if him look good. Talking about poverty cut by half and all these things and employment down to the lowest. Crime down the lowest in 30 years, all them things there. When we are look on the situation deplorable, when we see youth lose them life at the hands of the state, several of them, and them now get one gunshot. Them a get several amount of gunshot. It live on video. And all no nobody no get convicted apart from the killing out of East there. Out of Rockford to them 3 youth there. The rest them unsolved. Cherry Lane murder of Javar Parkinson unsolved. Yeah. Sterling, Romario Sterling, P1 unsolved. Killed cold-blooded, one single gunshot to him head. You understand? At the hands of the state, that little man dwelling was surrounded by several military and JCF personnel. Yeah, and he was executed. Yeah, executed in the eyes of the entire world. Because I know the world watch the video. And the video is not a splice video or a live video. The video is a credible video. Has anyone been charged for Romario Sterling death? Has anyone been charged for Javar Parkinson death? That little young man that we saw so many policemen handcuff and give him about 4 shots. Andre, yeah? That painful Sunday morning, yeah? Has anyone been charged for that young man's life? Been snuffed out at the hands of the state? God, the unsound-minded grown-up adult in I'm 50 from down a Mandeville. We get 13 rounds of bullet pumped into his body by the hands of the state. Even when him a walk away, and you know him get so much already, a guy decide to done him clip. Them get charged. Anybody charged for Barbara Gill? We hear them say them now leave no stone unturned. And the list goes on and on. So where we are look for now is a government that cannot govern the country in the right and proper way. A government that cannot secure foreign investment deal to come to the country. Because of the same thing I just highlight, corruption, high murder rate. Nobody no want to come work in a society like Jamaica. Because foreign investors, sometimes them have people that work on their behalf that live outside of Jamaica. And are going to reside in Jamaica. Them life is at a risk based on the high level of murder, some even crime. It does not attract foreign investor when your society have a high murder rate. Yeah, a high rate of criminal activity in terms of robbery and rapes and all these things. Yeah, when the government them draw down the CPI, the corruption perception index to where it there, the world has see it. The world make note of it. And the world said to themselves, no, I don't have nothing to do with Jamaica, you know. For him flying is only for a day or two and fly out. But in terms of residing and doing business in Jamaica, no, not for me. Because of the background that presents itself to them. It's a society that has gone rogue. And a society that has plunged into deficit of corruption by the Andrew Holness administration. I yield back the floor, my brother.
Yes, Baron.
Yeah. Well, you know, it is very much important in terms of you highlighting that clip, right? And make it categorically clear, right? Who Bill, right? Who is the backbone for Jamaica economy, right? And sad to say that today we can't say it anymore because of a Jamaica Labour Party administration who had wrecked it.
True.
Right?
True.
So the evidence is there as it relates to Portia Simpson administration who created that fiscal discipline space so that the debt per GDP ratio, right, can be driven down as a result of the regulations and policies that Portia Simpson and Peter Phillips put in. Has nothing to do with Andrew Holness.
Nothing.
Let me tell you something, Jamaica. If those fiscal rules were not put in place, Andrew Holness would have wrecked the economy much more. It would be worse because he wouldn't stand in obedience, right, as it relates to that fiscal discipline, right? Remember, his administration has nothing in terms of innovation or building a nation, right? Their mission, right, is to pilfer, wreck, right? And it is evidence as it relates to how you see the plan being executed. From day one, they all decided that they were not going to sign the code of conduct. That was a very serious fundamental issues, right? Other administrations obeyed it. And when you have an administration that comes into power and said that they are not going to hold themselves responsible, right, as it relates to the code of conduct, something has to be wrong. What was the plan? Now we see the plan fully executed as it relates to $3 trillion unaccounted for. And so then we realize that's where the mechanism of the plan structured from day one, a premeditated plan. Melton Pot had spoken something very important and very vital that I am going to make a reference as it relates to what Melting Pot said earlier. Melting Pot said as it relates to his statutory declaration, as it relates to what the Integrity Commission investigators displayed, as it relates to his 2021, 2022, and 2023 statutory declaration cannot be certified. Melting Pot says it goes way back, right? It goes up until the point of 1998, right? Melting Pot is more than correct, right? Whatever those three statutory declaration, those 3 years statutory declaration, right, that cannot be certified would have automatically affected, right, from the onset as it relates to 1998. One of the reasons why Melting Pot pointing to that and which what Melting Pot is 110% correct was to the fact that he did not mention the Lido taxi service. He did not mention that. He did not mention those 3 companies that the Integrity Commission had to pay a special investigator to go and investigate, and discovered that Andrew Holness did not mention the Lido taxi service and the other two name Lonesome.
Sunshine Mobile.
The Lido taxi
and
service.
Omega Finance.
And Omega
Finance, yes.
Andrew Holness did not mention them. Andrew Holness have the audacity, right, during a debate, telling lies on Mark Golan that he did not mention certain things. And Mark Golan said to him that you're a liar, right? I mentioned everything, and that is why my statutory declaration being certified. Unlike you, right? Your statutory declaration has not been certified. So what he's accusing Mark Golan of is what he has done. But let me tell you something. That is a strategy that all scammers use. They blame you for things that they have done. And that is the strategy, right, that GLP is utilizing, right? They effect the 1995 financial meltdown. And what they do, they blame Jamaica Labour, they blame the People's National Party for FinSA, right? So anything that they do, they turn it around, right, and blame you. So anything you hear Andrew Holness talking about, all you need to do the research, and you will caught him red-handed. Now, when he's leading a campaign of misinformation and disinformation, again, he knows that he is pushing the misinformation and disinformation. So you see his MO, his modus operandi, as it relates to the Jamaica Labour Party, criminal network and their behavior, right? They cannot change out of their behavior. They don't know how to come out of their behavior. It is something that they addicted. And so then, as a result of the years of practice of the criminality, the skullduggery, the nepotism, the cronyism, that is something that they just utilize by nature. Even when they are not trying to do it, it just comes out. That's just naturally them. They don't mean this country no good. No good. And for me, I'm saying that the PSOJ is a part and parcel of the problem. The PSOJ, I proudly stand here tonight saying that they are a part of what Andrew Holness had done as it relates to the mayhem that Andrew Holness had caused the Jamaican people. The suffrage that Andrew Holness had caused the Jamaican people. The PSOJ is PP clock behind them because they are getting the benefit. When you see Big Mama, when you see Charles Davis coming out, one of the questions that you need to ask Big Mama and Charles Davis, how much are they getting monthly? And then you will realize the source of the corruption. Let me bust the source of the corruption tonight. Flavor Williams is a shareholder of NNN. So there you go, you have the corruption. The Minister of Finance having shares in a political machinery. So you know that they are going to coin the narrative because Faval has shares in NNN. If they don't want to let you know, we here on Titans making you know. So when Big Mama and Joyce Davis sing, they sing with a confidence. They sing because as long as the Jamaica Labour Party in power, as long as Nationwide will survive. Nationwide cannot survive if Jamaica Labour Party is not in power. True. Nationwide, as we speak, owed $1.5 billion government revenues. Nationwide, Big Mama involved in the robbing of the revenues of the country. This is true. If this is not true, tell Big Mama to come out and dispute it. Right? And then we will fling out the document and show the entire world that Big Mama, NNN, right? You are indebted to the government revenues, right? At the tune of $1.5 billion, and that money is growing. Now you have to support Andrew Holness because Andrew Holness have your lifeline. Not only that, Andrew Holness have your lifeline, but Andrew Holness have you by the balls wherever that going. I don't know. I mean, might be him have him by the balls.
Him love it, man. Him love it, man. Yeah, man.
Well, right? And so, of course, these political machineries will defend, right? Again, we have what is it? Vivo Network. What is it? Melting Pot? Vivo.
Revo.
Right? Revo is a laundering machine, money laundering machine for Andrew Holness. Now take up a stakes in NNN. So you see the syndicate of the corruption getting together, Andrew Holness, putting respective people in places, right, so that his corruption can, survive, right? What Andrew Holness administration is in fear of is to lose a general election and they are out of power, right? And the secret revealed to Jamaica. Jamaica, it is much more dangerous. It's just to the fact that, right, we have the opportunity, right, as it relates to our People's National Party winning the general election so that things could be revealed, right? Remember, Jamaica, that the FinSac investigation has done, right? And the situation, they have the report, they are not revealing it. Not only that, make it more serious. The Crawl investigation has done. They hold on that, not going to reveal it. Are we here of anything as it relates to the case being investigated, right, by his friend that he put over the financial investigation department, FID? No, you haven't heard nothing. They are not doing nothing over there. And the reason why they are not doing nothing over there, they know that the document in front of them, what they are seeing is damaging to Andrew Holness. If there was anything, I guarantee you, my Jamaican people, if there was anything in that document, FID would have leaked that information to Big Mama. Big Mama would have run out with it. They can't come out with it from the time that investigation gone over to FID. Tell the entire world that Andrew Holness in a dilemma. Now the Integrity Commission investigators having a big concern. What is the concern? They are concerned that the Andrew Holness-led administration might be tampering with evidence, might be in the process of destroying the evidence. This is not coming from me. This is not coming from Wayne. This is not coming from Melting Pot. It is coming from the Integrity Commission telling Jamaica that, look, the Andrew Holness administration is on a pursuit to destroy evidence, to damage evidence, crucial evidence. Jamaica, wake up, wake up. For those who are supporting Andrew Holness, knowing all of this, are hearing all of this, but refuse to listen, refuse to take the warning. My Jamaican people, let me say this to you. Hitler did have similar behavior. Nobody stopped Hitler. Hitler could have been stopped in terms of when he started. They could have shut him down. But they waited until Hitler reached the political helm and his influence had grown powerful. Until what happened? What happened? The world witnessed over 6 million Jews crucified and many other people crucified. Jamaica, let me warn you, you are playing a dangerous game with your future. You are playing a dangerous game with your future. Jamaica, I hope you listen. Jamaica Labour Party don't like when people are educated. And that is one of the reasons why their administration attacked our education system. More than 5 ministers of the Jamaica Labour Party had stolen from the Ministry of Education. The history goes to show that has never happened to no other political administration. Has never happened to PNP. But JLP from 1954 until we speak, Rural Read is before the court. But we stand here. We make these things fly over our heads and watching Andrew Holness corrupting the system. And JLP vloggers believe that this is a game of sports. They want my party to win. It's not about winning. It's about saving your children's future. It's about saving your children's future. Jamaica is crying for leadership. The corruption index told you that Andrew Holness administration fell 4 places downwards. Jamaica. We have nothing to do with the corruption index that caused Andrew Holness administration to fall 4 places downwards on the corruption index. And you live with it. You live with it. It's a crime shame. It's despicable. Andrew Holness is showing his hands that he's doing everything to evade justice. And so then, him being the whole of the executive branch, he's now sleeping in bed with his wife, who is at the pinnacle of the legislature. And as I said, the recipe for destruction is there. the executive, the legislature sleeping in bed. What a politics, what a political affair Jamaica has. Wife and husband discussing our parliamentary affairs in their bed, in their bedroom. Just imagine Jamaica. This is nasty. Andrew Holness under investigation. And automatically, Juliet Holness is going to be under that same scrutiny. And Andrew Holness and the executive branch, Juliet Holness, manipulating the legislature in parliament. And here it is. We have an outcome as it relates to Paul Buchanan case, because they are simply fucking around the judiciary. As plain and simple as that.
True.
So then Jamaica, since we want to show how corrupt the system is, we have to go to the Privy Council. Because the black man refused to give us the justice. So then we have to go to the white man to get the answer. What does it show? When you have likes like these in our parliament, they are bandits. They are criminals. Every time I speak, I know it ripped them through their heart, shook them like a needle. But until we Jamaican recognize that we need not to live any longer with this. Anytime Andrew Holness comes out of our political process, the lifeline of the economy will start to breathe afresh. If Andrew Holness is there, the economy will stifle. There is no progress. None whatsoever. You know what a lot of people are overlooking and not talking about it? Let me say something to you. You notice now Andrew Holness claimed that he gone into recovery mood. Let me ask Andrew Holness something. What happened to the cargo loads of plane, the cargo loads of relief, food items, and all basic necessities what you get? The tons, the ton loads, they are there. Of the ton loads of cargo that you have gotten for relief, not even 15% of that you have utilized. Not even 15% you have utilized. And you're quiet now. You're quiet. You're quiet. What happened to the checks and balance system that you want to check up? Dean Jackson Miller is asking you about it. More than 3 weeks now, Dean Jackson asking you about it. More than 3 weeks now, Zara Burton is asking you about it. And you run out. Yes. You spoke of checks and balance. But this is what you do. This is your MO. You speak it loud with your mouth. But your action dead. Because you're a scammer. You're a political scammer. We know you. What happened to all those? What we have seen America had given you. India had given you. Many nations have given you. And while you have them, many of our people who got damaged from Melissa have not received nothing from the government as I speak. What happened to those things, Andrew Holness? But you hold it. And you want to do voucher. Because you want to convert now those food items into cash. And so then now it can benefit you personally with your corruption. But Jamaica must know how much they can take. Right? Jamaica, I am asking you. We are asking you. Remove the veil from over your eyes and look. Because most of you are spiritually blind. And so then you don't see what is wrong. It's above you. You don't see that Andrew Holness want to lock down the Jamaican economy like how Andrew Holness locked down Tivoli Gardens for years. The Jamaica Labour Party locked down Tivoli Garden for years. Let me talk to the Tivolian people. Let me talk to Jamaica. If the Jamaica Labour Party administration wanted to do nation building and they love the Tivoli people who supported them for years, Tivoli, do you know that the Jamaica Labour Party spend more time in government than the PNP?
Them don't know. Them don't know. Them don't.
Or you don't know that?
No, them don't know. Them
Education
don't.
is key, Tivoli God. Look on yourself, Tivoliites. All the people live in Tivoli, and ask yourself the question. How long the Jamaica Labour Party administration ruling over Tivoli people, lock them down like sardine tin? More than 2-3 families using one restroom area. Look at that. That is the life you want to live. And the Jamaica Labour Party that spend more time in government, that's how they treat you. That's how they treat you. Let me ask you a question again. Does the People's National Party have any garrison like Tivoli that them locked down for years and not giving them any progress? Show me another design in any of the People's National Party constituency like Tivoli Gardens. Show me another design. But this is what the Jamaica Labour Party want to do now. Lock down the entire Jamaica like how they deal with Tivoli Gardens. But let me tell you something, Andrew Holness. Jamaica is not Tivoli Garden. Jamaica is not Tivoli Garden. But I will leave you with this. It's just a matter of time. And I yield back.
All right, we could knock Daryl Pum Vaz now, right? Because this is how I did say by Ran just the other day with the light, right? Now, who you are, them have teeth. And I like Pum Vaz. But Pum Vaz I come for spin, I want to do a little blame game and nobody now work after that. People, when I face some hardship, let me tell you this, you never faced it before. Jamaica wreck. Andrew, stop playing the people they do. Your PR, it's not gonna work. They might get angry, you know, because they're hungry, you know, but they might get angry. Watch this.
On the issue of the JPS restoration, and I want to be very clear in relation to reiterating some of the information that I've already stated, just out of an abundance of caution and to quiet the miscommunication and the noise.
Yeah, miscommunication and noise. You hear that, Byron?
Yeah.
Last Tuesday, I'd have made a statement outlining the decision of the government to lend the JPS $150 million in relation to restoration, early restoration. This came on the basis that their projections were taking us to April, May, and possibly June 2026.
Hey, Byron, tell me if maths add up now. People, I no go school and thing. I got think for me no. Listen me. Tell me if Daryl Pum Vaz, if maths add up. Listen this.
Cash flow. Let me indicate again that the loan was a decision recommended and supported by the Ministry of Finance and approved.
So him said the minister recommend that and then support it. That means she come up with it. The woman will not have no sense. And she said, you know. So
I don't believe Daryl Vaz.
Eh?
Look, I don't believe Daryl Vaz are liar, you know. We don't believe Daryl.
Man, she said him. I lie him, I lied man, I him. Remember, she don't know herself, you know. She don't know nothing.
Exactly. A Daryl Vaz.
Because she's a puppet.
Yes.
Can me recommend something and then support it?
Well, I know. It is the same pattern of behavior with the boss and Danville Walker.
I'm sorry,
him do it.
Yeah, him. All right, continue.
By cabinet to lend the JPS the $150 million specifically to file.
JPS never asked him for the money neither, you know. You hear?
No.
And then recommend it and a JPS. All right.
Restoration, moving us from 82%, where we are now, to 90% by Christmas, New Year, and 100% by end of January.
I remember start that again, people. But yeah, Tiffy, if the JPS want over 400 million, right? And you, the government, lend them 150 million. Let me just ask you some things, Byron, right? That's all. Or the earlier use 150 million and do what 450 million for do. That's
exactly
%. It makes sense?
Exactly.
It cannot make sense. This is how them lie and then don't. Right? If a 450 million and we get 150 million, or it can do all these things. And then top upon that now, Byron. If you have 150 building damage, mash up, right? Them not start build back yet, you know. If them buy the money now, them not start put up enough for them the back yet. So all the JPS are give back them the customer 100% what a customer them light. It cannot happen.
Bullshit.
That is bullshit.
No sense.
But this are all them bare face lion dance and stupid.
Exactly.
Remember we crunch numbers on us, you know. So we're going to point out the easiest way for people to understand all these government, them just lie and fool, you know.
Exactly.
I think people fool like them, don't. Continue.
That would mean taking on 300 additional linesmen on top of the 170 that are here now. Without that money, the 170 linesmen would have been decommissioned this week, meaning that they would be decommissioned and have to leave because there would be no
again
to pay them.
Hold on. Remember, some linesmen are coming in, you know.
Them are coming in. Linesmen already.
But hold on, we have some linesmen are coming too, you know, and those are voluntary service, you know.
Yes, I would have some
voluntary service
already. Salam. Continue.
So the $150 million goes towards keeping those 170 linesmen in Jamaica and adding another 300 linesmen. That's the equipment, the trucks, and all that you see currently on the road now that 170 linesmen are doing. That decision was made to get us out of having to give any sort of extension on the existing license. This minister and this government made a commitment to the people of Jamaica that the license that expired in 2027 would not be renewed on the same terms, which we all know and agree that the license is 25 years old. It was flawed from day one.
This is a big dirty piece of shit.
As it relates to the policy, you know, he doesn't have to wait for 2027, you know.
No, him have to do it from now. You can't wait till 27.
Okay.
So, but one good thing, I tell the people, when I talk about bullshit, what kind of fraud? Him a liar? This have sense? Anybody that look well when we just play it, when just say the well, if me want part, if me want 450 million to complete something, I get 150. It can't complete it, brother.
No.
I get 1/3. It can't complete it. No. You know, see, no make no sense. And then the place not build back where you attach back JPS, but the customer them, because the customer JPS count 100% by January. Him is bullshit. Him don't. Continue.
And it is even more flawed based on the time that has elapsed and what the energy landscape does now. So in order for us not to grant the 15 years that was asked for by
so that a politics in my play there, so no, so that to the answer. Lie am telling you, continue.
JPS. And the 8 to 10 years that the multilaterals asked for to fund the JPS, we decided to be a responsible caring government.
This time nothing to do with responsible care. Take the cat band money and give them. Bullshit.
And lend the $150 million
Hear this now.
for 5 years with simple terms. 5.5%, which is very concessionary because we don't want a pass-through for increased bills.
Play again.
With simple terms. 5.5%, which is very concessionary because we don't want a pass-through for increased bills because of interest rates.
So, remember tell you, so I'm done. All right. So, you give them a 5.5%. You lend Tiffy. You lend me 150 million US. Me a JPS. Remember, you know, we are carrying the one of them work. Remember, we have investors. We have people with a permanent staff who have a PA. The length and better Jamaica. We have to do everything. All infrastructure, we put back everything, right? We have 2/3 of the customer loan deposit, 1/3 half. So it's harder for me. I remember I have to pay you back in 5 years. 5. So we're going to split this in a 5, 150. That means a 30 million. 150 million, that means a 30 million US. Which if you check it at 160 for the one US, that is 4.8 billion with a BE. Plus the 5.5% of $5.1 billion per year. All of these money coming from customer. Everything, every money we have to pay them and investors and everything will come from the customer. Don't you know it's a light bill for raise, don't you know that, right? So how do I make the money? How do I get the money? Eh? You see me I say? How you going to get the money to repay the loan with the interest? Light bill must go up. So when when just say him lend them my money, somebody lend me a money, it's not a grant. It's a thing when I have to pay, me have interest. Even the interest pass on the people there. People in Jamaica, stop making that guy take him a fool, you know. Remember, maths are the greatest subject, you know. No make nobody trick you, you know. Maths. And maths in everything, yeah? Maths. Maths run the world. Everything. You yourself, one of you, but two of these, 2 fingers and, you know, one this, two that, your house, everything count up in a number. Everything. Everything. See? So now follow them. When I say it's bullshit, it's a raise. If it not raise, them will go bankrupt. And then the whole Jamaica dark, and if the whole Jamaica dark, we use Peeny Wally, nothing attack can run, you know, so we crush. So I'm not asking. Even when the trades go up, and I like him can go negotiate and then roll back that way go on pan it. And by the way, 48% go pan it. 40 over the next 6 months. Them play it, I want to hear it. Don't follow the government. Them lie. Them dangerous. It's a can artist government. And what them do is try mislead, you know. But I may say about no belly because you don't have the same peer. And now everything gone up. Yeah, not simple. A simple maths this stiff, man. Eh? Hear this now. JP, remember I'm saying lend them because you don't want the increase, you know, Pat. Now that him say. Yeah. 5.5 you don't want the increase. Hear this now. Yeah, I play my run out and then want to deal with him. Hear this.
Service company customers who have power will be paying more, as the Light and Power Company today confirmed a 7% hike on December bills, tied
7% hike, tied from November. Not next year.
To November consumption. The Office of Utilities Regulations says the adjustment was anticipated as JPS had to rely on more expensive fuel sources.
So couldn't the fuel are the leaser thing. Them shouldn't even say this. Utility you are say this. Because they can't be the fuel. If all of them light posts lit down your thing, papa for the house. If build back infrastructure alone, it will take money. We not have nothing to drop it, them have to import it. Material and everything. Continue.
For generation because natural gas was unavailable in the period leading up to and immediately after Hurricane Melissa. Nakinski Robinson tells us more.
It is.
In the immediate aftermath of the hurricane, President and Chief Executive Officer of JPS Hugh Grant had warned of a possible upward movement in bills.
Due to the fuel mix, independent power producers being unable to burn alternate diesel oil and the need to burn less efficient fuel to ensure the security of the grid and what you call security dispatch, there could be potential upward pressure. The good news is we're working with the OUR and other agencies to minimize that potential impact.
President and CEO of JPS Hugh Grant. In its assessment, the OUR said, among other things, the hurricane resulted in an approximately 30% reduction in sales, which contributed significantly to the increase in the fuel and independent power producer rate.
Reduction, it contributed to the increase too. Continue.
Together, these factors could have translated to a big hike in the November 2025 bills. However, in a bid to ease the plight of the public,
so more you hear people, that's what me are telling you, when I do tabloid. So them applies it for over 6 months. And over 6 months, over 40%, because them are more applies it equally across, although they might have raised it even a little more. So if you have 6 months, Tiffany, if it says 6 months, if a 7% now, every other month at 7 until sometimes it might go up at 10. And 6, 7, and 42. Some more than that it raised. Them don't want to get a shocker. Listen.
The utilities regulator says JPS, in consultation with the OUR, has opted to defer some of the increase in fuel and IPP costs and recover it by spreading it over the
opted, but them will recover it. Hear this.
Coming months.
Over the coming months. Listen good.
That means the average residential customer who consumes 165 kilowatt-hour per month would see a bill adjustment of approximately $655 on the previous bill of about $9,000. The OUR, in approving the adjustment, notes that given the scale of the disaster, it may take up to 6 months for electricity generation costs to stabilize.
So the OUR says stabilize, so it go up every month, me tell you. You hear, Pat?
And for energy consumption to normalize. It says given the likelihood that further adjustments could be a shock to customers, it has urged JPS to discuss the IPP and fuel charges with OUR before they're applied over the next 6 months.
So them applies it. Some want to hear, want to get now. Remember, bread, sugar, this go up, all the supermarket, everything have to go up. Because they use enough light. So if you put it on a man like some supermarket, some big place that use millions of dollars, enough money that's But anyway, hear this now. Pum Vaz, the Small Business Association run out. Hear this, brother.
I am Daedran Gordon with the Midday News. The Small Business Association of Jamaica, SBAJ, is calling for the Office of Utilities Regulation to rescind its approval of a 7% electricity rate increase for the Jamaica Public Service following disruptions caused by Hurricane Melissa. In a news release issued yesterday, the OUR said customers who are currently receiving electricity service will see a 7% increase on bills being issued this month, reflecting November's consumption. SBAJ President Garnet Reid, speaking with Radio Jamaica News today, described the increase as unconscionable and questioned the timing, particularly during the Christmas season.
PSOJ come counter that. No, but even if them not get, it's a loan that people not get caught up with Daryl Pum Vaz that me tell them Marine. It's not a grant, it's a loan. Let me tell you why I'm giving them the loan to, you know. Them I look more. Let me tell you up front and tell you the truth while they go on there. Before me just answer Maureen, the brother. Brother, let me answer Maureen, and then we just go back to this. So here what them I do now. In them head, and Pum Vaz explain it already. So, oh, if you don't have light more important than water and shelter, him say it. Say if him give your school and give your house and give your water, the light more important. The reason why him push it, and for the PSOJ boy them, and for the tourism thing, because that them didn't want to open back. So we don't like the tourism thing now run, and they want to please the big boy, that's why them lend them. And nothing else, you know. You understand? Yes, them are yes, them say it. I will play it. So not like through them lend them. Somebody lend me something. But me have to pay them back. But that means I put too much money in this. I raise up for my customer. Them I raise it. Them now hold it back. But I just like the government did I tell them, continue. Continue.
Reid warned that the hike could force many businesses to close and lead to higher prices for consumers, noting that electricity is a critical input in the production of goods and services.
This will make Jamaica expensive. And
it's expensive already, sir. Continue.
To do business. And so the nation will be hurt. The nation will be hurt. Anyway you check it. And so I am calling upon, again, the government, the OUR, the Jamaica Public Service Company, to roll back this increase.
Man, go ahead, man, because I have not listened to you. And the job them figure set up and all this destroy the country and not tell a lie. I just asked, Mr. Byron, if me I run the company.
Yes.
Then by now, we are run the company. Una investors, don't you know want back for no one better?
Of course.
I want to think. So when I'm gonna run out, I have not follow him, but here Pum Vaz I blame PMP now. Me tell you say I go up, don't follow Andrew Holness and Pum Vaz. Lie, I tell you. See? Hear this.
Minister Daryl Vaz is expressing concern about the timing of the 7% increase of Jamaica Public.
Hear him now the timing. Don't follow. You see what I do? After him say I try to bring them under the bus. Remember, you are giving them the increase. Them can't do the increase by themselves, you know.
Public service bills for the November cycle. Addressing a press briefing on Tuesday, he said the approval, which was granted by the Office of Utilities Regulation, underscores a number.
Which is granted by who? By JPS, them can grant themselves approval. Me see them ask the approval already in a PMP time and them turn it down and give them less. Like them come out and them say 5 or 6 and them get around 2. You understand? So don't blame the PMP, them are idiot. Continue.
Number of issues the government has with the current JPS license.
The bottom line is that the current JPS license cannot continue in its current form.
So where am I do Byron?
Yeah.
Him come out and attack the license.
For this reason, as Energy Minister, I could not entertain the extension of the existing license.
This time not for doing them license, you know.
And the existing terms for another 10 to 15 years. The current license does not protect the consumer, and the independent regulator can do very little to intervene.
So let me tell the regulator have the teeth. I'm a top of JPS and Water Commission, them can't put up 1 cent per your thing unless them approve it. When you apply to them have to say it reasonable and what have you for them approve it. And by the way, another government have fund OUR, you know, the same utilities, them have to watch them too, you know. You understand? So when I talk is bullshit, and when I try splitting up melting pot, I try split on the license, long time license, 25 years, and say yes, this and that. But let me tell you something when enough people don't understand. Remember, Bertrand talk about this already, right? JPS, some people have said for insure. But when you look on the wire and the structure, it's set up and thing, they must say, if we just insure that over, they couldn't pay feet, them have to pass down to the people there. So they have to run it like this. See, because on every day hurricane coming out, every year, you know. But if we insure, remember the people, they have to pay about that, you know. And like somebody will take it out of them pocket and pay feet and not tax the people, then we couldn't pay for light bill. And that's true. Because the structure, and remember, it's vulnerable to everything in the cat, it's outside there, you know. Or it bill, you know. You see me as a part?
Yeah.
So, over the years, sometimes, look here, Sometimes it take 10 years to next hurricane lick them kind of way and damage your palm more. So, but them that pay the like them that pay the insurance big time and I take it out of people every year. Every year. That sink the country. You see them have the reasonability, you know. But me I'll show you how Pum Vaz come out and a fling under the bus. Yeah.
Energy Minister Daryl Vaz. Mr. Vaz says despite the recent passage of Hurricane Melissa, negotiations for a new JPS license have begun and should conclude by July 2027.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the minister confirmed on Tuesday that the contract for the $150 million loan agreement between the government and the JPS has officially been signed. The funds will be used to accelerate electricity.
So them not start using no fun yet. And that's soon Christmas. So see, you are come out to come defend themselves. But I want to make you hear the PSOJ no better. And then I make you come in right away because we see time a kick. Let me make you hear the PSOJ right now. PSOJ. That's the PSOJ. You're a PSOJ, I say yes or no. Because the small business run out. Hear this.
Does the license agreement need to change? Yeah, maybe it does. There are some things that need to happen that would allow us, to be able to have special circumstances in special situations like Melissa. But I don't think it's going to have that big an effect. I think that we can trust the OUR to be making the correct decision as to what that increase should be.
So Pum Vaz did come out and I said the OUR can do very little people. The fact is, the who go OUR, brother. The OUR can tell you no, and then but them have facility in front of them like a high court judge, and them say, okay, may I grant you this, and may I grant you this. OUR give them 48% for spread out, yeah? Not the JPS. JPS can say, well, this it cost me this, me have to pay back this, me have to do this, and the OUR can say, okay, and them look and them do what them do. Don't follow Pum Vaz, a lie matter again. I be like them tell the people them in the Bible.
Yes.
So we have to be truthful to the people at all time and show them it's a lie. The government is a liar government.
All right.
Yeah, guys. Yes, my brother.
Let me say this. As it relates to Daryl Vaz. What Jamaica need to know is that Daryl Vaz is simply diabolically mendacious. He's somebody that you can't believe. No time at all. Let me give you a history before we respond to what you just said. So I'm asking the people permission for me to diverse a little bit. Now, as it relates to Daryl Vaz and the 110 school buses, first he came out and he told a lie that it was 110 new buses. Am I lying with?
That's true. 110.
When we rush him and we expose him, then he revert in saying it is 110 old buses.
Mm-hmm.
Now, show you his consistency of his lies. Now, Daryl Vaz, again, speaking as it relates to how the energy Flavor Williams, had put it to them as it relates to 150 million. That again is a lie.
Yes.
Right? Now, when it's coming out now that, okay, all right, admitting that, yes, he had given JPS the money and make it seem as if, okay, all right, it is today that they are getting the money, right? Let me say this to you, Jamaica. And what is, trust me, you will learn down the road that JPS had gotten that money, and that money that JPS had gotten is the catastrophe bond money.
True.
The 150 million catastrophe bond. JPS had gotten that.
True.
They are only trying to be strategic in trying to put the wool over the opposition eyes.
Yes.
Because they don't want the opposition to know that it is the catastrophe. Here's the thing. They don't, because it look bad. the political optics not doing good in the favor if the people learn that, okay, they took the catastrophe bond money, you understand, that's supposed to deal with, right, rebuilding of people's homes, and they gave it to JPS. JPS had gotten that money, right? And what JPS had gotten, it is the catastrophe bond money.
True.
The part of that which is dangerous that I am looking on is, okay, that $300 million, right, which in total $450 million. They came out and they lied again. The IMF did not tell them of any other plans to have $450 million, right? Put down for JPS, right? To deal with. IMF did not tell them that.
True.
You know why? If you listen to the end of that clip that Wayne Lonesome is playing, he's going to say, and I was surprised when I heard that. That is when I realized that, oh, the IMF did not put aside any $450 million for JPS. Because in that very same clip, people, at the end of it, he said that JPS will have to go and look it on the open market.
Yes. Contradict
what he said.
Yes, man.
So people, pay attention. Right? Simple means that IMF did not say, okay, $450 million put aside for JPS, right, to draw down. That did not come from IMF.
True,
May I tell you that?
True, man.
If that is so, tell Daryl Vaz, may I tell Daryl Vaz, prove me wrong. Right? Prove me wrong in coming with the evidence, showing me or any Jamaican people that the IMF indeed put aside $450 million for JPS to draw down on. Bullshit. That not happen. Right? This is what the Jamaica Labour Party known for. Right? They are for their friends, the elites. All what is happening, let me tell you something, Jamaica. Jamaica, listen to me now. And you are going to see that rotted mystic right. You are going to see what their interest right now is to get up Brian Jardim Hotel up and running. Have you seen where Puppy Jaw went to talk to the people there, to come out to work? Brian Jardim place. On look, this is all about having Brian Jardim business, the hotel, particularly Brian Jardim and Adam Stewart, business up and running. Let me tell you what they are doing. I want to know if part of the money that we are going to pay back, because they are secretly talking about putting the light wires underground in where? No other place than St. James.
Yes.
And we are in St. James. We are in St. James. The hip strip. We are in St. James, people, the hip strip. So guess what? The Brian Jardim run this up. The hip strip belongs to Brian Jardim, partially. Sandals Resort International. Sandals Mobile.
Yeah.
Right? And all them places there. Brian Jardim. Sandals Duns River. Right? We that we reach up, we that we have to go Ochi. Because Sanders runs over there Ochi. But Sanders Montego Bay, right? Sanders was out international. All right, that's all. Right in the strip.
Let me say something to you, Byron. Let me say something to the government too. You see, when you're put a line, Byron,
yes,
underground, if you don't see if strip alone,
yes,
it have an exit point, it have a point where it enter from. That are exposed. And when hurricane come and lick down that if strip still black. I'm an idiot. If you put wire, remember, you know, if the wire them have to still run to go that the current that generate from, brother. And then it reach a point and it will go under the ground like what them are doing at them place, all right? So it will go underground. But it have a point where it come out from out of the ground and run go about the business. You understand what I say, melting pot? So if the wind again and it leak down the wall of that and pop down that, when think the hip strip are light up, you is a goddamn jackass.
Because guess what?
You have no sense.
Brian Jordan.
This, you know. Them go away, man.
But we're going to show you the corruption, you know. We're going to show you the corruption. Show people the corruption. And they want to use the catastrophe bond money, right, and give it to them. Let me tell you why. You have Sandals Royal, right on the hip strip. That's all. As it relates to Brian Jordan.
Yes.
You have Sandals Royal, right? Brian Jordan. You have Sandals Mobile, Brian Jordan. You have Sandals Resort International, Brian Jordan. And the hip strips right after so again. You understand? A Brian Jordan them business. So now, that is where now they couldn't find nowhere else, right, to run the lines them underground, but there to please Brian Jordan. Because guess what? Brian Jordan and his brother control the business. And they are the head. Right? Let me tell you something. Mississauga is only a puppet. It is Brian Jordan and his brother that control the thing. And anybody who are in a PSOJ. Adam Stewart is on the Jamaica Tourist Board. Want to see which side that I go? So when him talk, Puppy Jaw come back. And when him tell Puppy Jaw to move, Puppy Jaw to move. And when him said to Puppy Jaw to go down and, you understand, talk to the people them and make them come out to work. Because we are going to prepare and ready. You understand? So the government have push most of the money, right, as it relates to Brian Jordan business. Brian Jordan, right, and the tourist board, right, while Adam Stewart and the tourist board, while Brian Jordan, right, is on the board of the PSOJ. Unno see the corruption. Unno see them lock the place. Unno see them have Andrew Holness. You know, say, at them, they tell Andrew Holness said, listen to me, we want all of the beach spot. We want all of the beachfront properties. And lock it off. At them, they deny beach access in them. And Andrew Holness can't go over that in them. Unnecessary at them, they lock down Jamaica. Unnecessary at them, they get the big old dirty tax write-off. Talk about things, man. You know, say at them, they rob the country's revenues in the name of so-called employment with cheap labor. Cheap labor. Unnecessary them, they wreck the country economy. 90% of the money that them make, Brian Jordan and his brother make, don't circulate in Jamaica, and yet they say them are Jamaican. Poppy show them. Middle call upon them. Majority of the money would have come into Sandals Mobile Sandals in, Sandals Duns River, Sandals Ocho Reyes, right? 90% of that the money there now circulating in Jamaica. But yet they say they are Jamaicans and building up foreign economy. But tell me people, they don't like them care about Jamaica. They are here to suppress and oppress. That's why we need to push our focus in agriculture and put our focus in the medium and small enterprises and leave them out. They are vampires and Dracula. Yes, Brian Jordan, if you are listening, you are Mrs. Uno Dracula. Because you're Pupa, you know, Brian Jordan. They take here Jamaica, you know, and run down here Jamaica, you know, for carry guests at your hotel, you know. And after you wore out, after you wore out here Jamaica, you give it back to the government. The government alone if you do that, you know. Claims say you want to put in money to shore up economy. Want to run down here Jamaica. Right? And now it have to divest. Right? We don't talk about them something there. We don't remember them something there. And over the years, we don't go strong enough so we can now control the government. And the government has to bow to you. Let me tell the people why the government have to bow to you. And this is no joke. The government have to bow to you because if you look and you research it as it relates to tourism, tourism employ most of Jamaican people. Go and research.
What about 300,000? What about 300,000?
Exactly. You go and research it. Tourism employ most of Jamaican people. So they control, they have the government balls in their hands. And all what they need to do is to squeeze it. And the government have to bow. So when me and the on the PSOJ and said, them make Andrew Holness continue the level of criminality where Andrew Holness continue. Because the PSOJ can make him bow. If the PSOJ was against Andrew Holness would have to resign long time. He would have to take for himself long time. It's the PSOJ preserve him and the criminal commissioner of police. They have them locked. It's a crime syndicate, you know. It's a crime syndicate that whole Jamaica hostage, you know. And them whole Jamaica hostage, you know. Me they show the people them what whole Jamaica hostage, you know. Not too way about that, you know. Because if you do a research on all Sandals Hotel, how much of Sandals money being generated? As a matter of fact, they don't even book in Jamaica. That is the first thing. Most of the bookings take place overseas. Am I lying? Brian Jordan, talk to me. Am I lying?
Yeah, true man. True man.
Right? So 90% of the hotel money no circulating in Jamaica. So why we need tourism? We must focus in agriculture. Build up our small, medium enterprises. That is where we need to have the focus. And go solar if you want to pull Jamaica from out of the abyss of these robbers. If you want to pull Jamaica out of crony capitalism, that is what we need to do. Do you want to hear the truth, Jamaica? Do you love the truth? The truth is an offense to them and those who benefiting from the lies. God, you don't want to hear the truth. So then you have to understand that these are the people who poisoned Jamaica for many years. Bush Stewart come and do it. His son come and do it. And God sure that the grandsons will be coming to do it. That's how They sharpen their teeth in our flesh. They are vampires and Draculas. And they have the government by the balls. So anything what they want, the government have to give them. So when we see Jablem, right? The push as it relates to beach access. Let me tell you, Jablem. Brian Jordan, Adam Stewart, they are the ones who are denying you beach access. And as long as they exist, the government can't go over them and give you beach access. And I ask you that. I tell you that. So we want you to be aware, be cognizant of who you are dealing with. Not just government. You are dealing with the PSOJ. The art of crony capitalism. And I yield back.
Melting pot.
Yes, my brother. Well, Sir Byron just outlined to the people 100% fact. Yeah? But, you know, at times Jamaica people dance to the tune where say get up for your rights. You understand? Because Jamaica people have a right in all of this. But Jamaican people are very, very placid when it comes to even taking a look at what is happening to their own life. Because, you know, Jamaican, like, we have a, you know, narrative of them say, why? Yeah, do nothing about it, we have to just live with it. No. It's not everything in life you must live with. You cannot survive under corruption, you know. If you value your life, you can't survive under corruption. So you have to look at certain things in life. The things that affect you the most. Yeah? And one thing for sure, a government that align itself to private sector group where you see them resemble Siamese twin is major cause for concern, because that is where you have nepotism and cronyism become the norm. Now, the current government, they are attached to nepotism and cronyism because they belong to the cliques. Michael Manley, the early 70s, makes special mention of the cliques. And the cliques are the PSOJ. They are the big boys. They are calling the shot. And little done said like Daryl Pum Vaz, them are just runner with certain responsibility. Like how you that, you know, give the Dan certain volatile stronghold community for run, them get briefing. Yeah? Well, I see we Andrew them take briefing from the PSOJ. And when you hear Sir Byron talk about beach access has been denied by those two elements, Brian Jordan and Adam Stewart. Because when you have Brian Jordan as the president of the PSOJ, and him also sits on the tourism board, you have Adam Stewart, same way, involving at the PSOJ, but him the on the tourist board, not just as a entrepreneur in the industry, but also as a consultant figurehead. So they demand what they want. And this little garbage government where we have at the moment, where so them around the country, them give them what they want. Because they are manipulated by the cliques. So when you see a government can commit high-level corruption, widespread corruption, but continue to retain power, it's a result of the private sector organization not being bothered by what the government is doing.
Exactly.
Because that's what benefit them, because as long as the government is a part of the cliques, as long as the government attach itself to the cliques, then the cliques will be quiet and enjoying what the government is doing. Whether it is ripping the art out of the Jamaicans or the fabric out of Jamaica. Them no business. Yeah, and this is major cause of concern. Oh, my brother Byron touched on, the transaction in regard to the tourist dollars. Well, I don't want to be overemphasizing. Yeah, I want to use the numbers that are currently out here. And the numbers suggest that 80% of the tourist dollar remain overseas. 20% come to Jamaica. So $80 out of each, 80 cents out of each dollar remain foreign land. 20 cents out of each dollar come at Jamaica. And I go and tell my people, the government of Jamaica, you hear them a clamor about tourism this and tourism that. As if tourism are the main backbone of the country, them are benefit immensely from it. It's only 6 cents out of each dollar the Jamaican government get from tourism. 6 cents. Only that. The rest going at overhead expense, pay staff and utilities. So, this tourism sector where you hear them talk so much about, a wax lyric about, it's nothing compared what agriculture would have done to the country. What other manufacturing sector could have brought to the country in terms of finance. Yeah? Because what are we getting from tourism? We get nothing. All we get is a terms of you are no class citizen in your own place of birth because you can't access the beach. You can't even see the beach them again. When you go to places like Portugal and all these places and you go in Spain and right round in Europe, you can experience the coastline from afar because there is no perimeter wall surrounding the resort. But in Jamaica, everything lock off. Lock off because of illicit behavior practice that is carried out behind these walls. And I mean, we talk about widespread illicit behavior practices. We're talking about from drugs trafficking coming in behind them while they're at the sea coast to people normalizing cocaine in the hotel industry where they are Jamaica right now. You want to smell cocaine abund, just go there. A lot of people don't want to use it now. Because a lot of people won't take their family into those type of resort. Where cocaine is prevalent, where all type of garbage people book and stay there, pedophile, rapists. You name the other Saddam and Gomaris them. Yeah, them one of them pack up there. Yeah. I mean, if you hear the thing that is happening in the hotel in them in Jamaica, you drop down. You drop down. Even the hotel workers them are now degrading themselves, the female them. Selling their body because of the lack of salary package that they are getting. So even guess go there, you don't have to take a woman to Jamaica. And you can enjoy a Jamaican woman because she works at the hotel. She will offer you extra on top of the normal service that she's paid for. Tidying up your room, she give you extra. So this is where Jamaica is currently. Yeah, and you don't hear nothing from the minister in terms of, offering these 300,000 people that is employed in the sector a proper living wage package. They're on minimum wages. I never hear that yet. Hotel, where when you have book all inclusive, it costs you so much. But the people who keep the place tidy is only can barely come at work. Minimum wages. And what is the minimum wages in Jamaica? Zilch. So there lies the problem. The cliques are benefiting tremendously from all aspects of Jamaica society. Whether it's by getting our land that Michael Manley said a foreigner not supposed to come on, whether it's putting back the people into modern day slavery, have them tied up on a thing called minimum wages, not a livable wages, depriving the workers them of tips that you call gratuities, yeah, and all these things. And then when you look, no worker can buy any shares into these places. It does not benefit the Jamaican workers. If them are going to privatize a hotel, the shares go overseas. That's where it market. It do a market in Jamaica. It don't go up on a stock market. For you can go buy 10 black shares or 20. Everything is kept within the cliques, circles. And you as a little ordinary Jamaican, where your color look like my one and Sir Byron and Lonesome, you can't be a part of the cliques. If Usain Bolt couldn't be a part of it, then who is me and you, ordinary people, to be a part of them cliques? Them don't want you there. The only time them look on you and, have anything to do with you is when you come be one of them slaves. So this government has taken Jamaica back into the days of slavery. Yeah? They have sold back Jamaica to foreign investors. So all the work done by the national heroes, them undone them. Put back the country in the hands of our mercenaries. So we have a serious problem in Jamaica. And this is why I said to the people, them say, get up and stand up for our right. Stop going like you don't have no sense. Look how much only there in Jamaica want make a little minority we call themselves the cliques. With some done-said politician led by Andrew Holness. Having in a bandage, having a supper, them throw dirt, pound and dirty water and pies now, they just take it like a lapier's dog, lap on the tail and go one side, go dry off. You know, mad. Tell them to come and foreign, come do them type of investment and take on the beach them from the people. Tell them now, come a foreign country, come operate the same model of business and take the beach them. But not Jamaica, them take everything. Because Jamaican society is too relaxed, too comfortable. With all that has been done, with all that the government has done to them just sit down and relax. I know some people are trying their best, yeah, but you cannot be aiming for one objective without a united front. The split among society has given these criminals the play field to enjoy. And they are the one that split the society,
Yeah, man.
The Labour Party split the society with a handout package deal. Yeah? Keep the people them done. Disintegrate, disenfranchise the education system. Because them disintegrate it, by robbing the money,
Yeah,
and
man.
disenfranchise it by suppressing the teachers, them. But then give up on teaching in Jamaica, them rather go seek another franchise somewhere. So when them do that now, the educational, structure in Jamaica where the people them educate and, very adverse thing that is happening around them. You say certain thing them don't even know what you talk about. Just like how Andrew can trick them with Finsack and tell them that Finsack has suffered damage Jamaica. When Finsack was something to protect Jamaicans, yeah, from the criminal who was Edward Seaga, Dan Crawford and the entourage them, Paul Chenyong and the whole of them, yeah. So if you can use Finsack and trick the people them, then you will use anything and trick the people them. Finsack was created on the back of the 90s meltdown caused by the Jamaica Labour Party headed by Eddie Siaga, who took 31 million US and said, don't remember. One young Andrew Holness was there as the accountant. You understand? And if the said guy will come and spin it, I talk about the FinSac corruption, the FinSac scandal, everything. Let me tell you, the Jamaican people, I go and break it down and show you in a more simplicity terms so you can understand.
Yeah, man.
When FinSac was introduced, FinSac was like a bulletproof to your chest to stop you from get gunshot to kill you. You don't want it break down easier than that. Don't you know a bulletproof the two, no? Policeman me attack to, no? What do we are bulletproof vest for? Not for protect on your chest from gunshot. So the FinSac was there to protect the investors from these criminals. These Labour Party criminals. That a young Andrew Holness was around at the time, being mentored by a criminal called Blind Aga. A man will say him the one Dan, or the uncle Dan. No, I never hear Prime Minister use them terminology there to describe himself. But them do it. Now you hear a guy come say him not afraid of nobody. I don't hear Prime Minister talk them way there. You hear this guy come and him say Radam. When you say Radam, you know, that mean you know say you want to ram the people with all kind of dam, you know. I don't know if a micro dam or dam or something. I don't know. But this Radam thing never sit well with me. Because that is a scare factor where you use them tactics there. The people are afraid of you. People are get deported to come back. I mean, Jamaican by birth. Who went off to greener pastures to see if them could have made something out of life. Some of them make it and some don't make it. So in all eventuality, them are return back home. You threaten them and warn them, say the members say the Jamaica want to leave. 10 years or how much years ago is not the same. You must remember, say, you must be on the best behavior so you go and meet to Jamaica. Which leader of a country telling people that? You tell me. Those narratives are not being brandished anywhere around the world, around the Jamaica. We are hear them think they brandish. So it will show you where the country go, which direction the country is heading. Country is heading down a dictatorship line. And you know what comes with dictatorship rule? It means that you are suppressed. That means if Andrew blow a little siren and let off a thing and go, woo! And you hear it like when you're there war. And him say you have to stay in your house for the next 72 hours. You dare not come out. You dare not come out. You understand? That's why you see him introduce so much Zozo and state of emergency. Yeah? Which was breaking the law at the time. You don't have them things there in a democracy country. Where freedom of everything exists. Freedom of speech, freedom of movement, and all these things. Freedom to your rights. And your rights is like the beach. You have rights to go to the beach. Do you have any freedom? No, your freedom been taken away even though your rights should be there. So we are looking at these type of behavior pattern just to highlight the severity of the corruption and how much it has, find its way into all walks of life in a Jamaican society. All walks of life. So them come out on the land now. Take on the beach them from now. Why else them are going to take away? Why else them are going to take away? Them take on the right to carry a piece of yam and a bunch of banana in on one private vehicle, On a vehicle make for carry more weight than a piece of yam and a bunch of banana. But if you don't have green plate now and them police find you with it in there, them charge you. No, all these things are your rights with them tampered with, your fundamental rights. You now move heavy equipment, that require a green plate. Yeah? CC ratings. Yeah? You're not doing that thing. So when you look at what is happening, it's major cause for concern. And the people are entrusted with getting Jamaica back in the hands where it's supposed to belong. It's supposed to belong into a person of integrity, a person of honesty, a person where you can trust, a person that have love for the people and the country. Yeah? A person whose statutory declaration can always be certified. When your statutory declaration can be certified, it's saying clearly to everyone that you're playing by the books. Andrew Holness is not playing by the books. Andrew is playing the role of a crook, robbing the country, trying to muzzle the Integrity Commission by using all various type of mechanism because him know him have the judicial system in him back pocket. Him pay them for protect him when him give them the razor pay, you know. That was a cross the board payment for everybody to protect him. So Andrew don't have no fear. Andrew don't have no fear. Does Andrew Holness fear going to prison currently? No, but he will go to prison eventually. But him don't fear currently. All the rest of them what you hear under investigation, them no fear. Because the guy where I run the squad tell him to look, everything good. Go and do what do, man. Nothing wrong with what do. Just go and do what do. Them people that vote for we are idiot, you know. Them don't know say just one thing where they do. We just they have to milk the country like a big fat cow. Think we care about them? I saw them reason against the people them. That is why you see in the pandemic the guy charged much 100,000 for one little mask. When nowhere else in the world no do. This piece of shit house create history round the world by charging a woman 700,000 for not wearing a mask and breaking the curfew. Yeah? She got 2 charges. One for breaking the curfew and one for not wearing her mask. And it total 700,000. And even no man ball to the piece of shit house Prime Minister. And make him know, say she know Juliet Holness. And Mr. Charles, I remember Parliament. Him no give a damn. Because what this guy like is to just trample black people over them own rights. Which part of the world you see anybody a charge people to wear a mask? Some people just cannot wear a mask. Some people just cannot wear a mask because of certain respiratory problem that them have. Does this garbage take that into consideration? No. Him just say, for you have a mask and my policeman, them see them arrest you and you get charged without even ascertaining why you're not wearing a mask. What is your medical condition? Eh? And everybody can wear a mask. But the guy is a dunce guy. That's why I tell him the same man of Prime Minister material and him not fit for purpose. Yeah? Because remember how Andrew Angle Jamaican and a whole, you know. Him yard. Where him live with him wife and 2 kids. Him is nobody there, so size 13 box that up regular. But at the same guy, me here I run out and say I'm not afraid of nobody. They know you're afraid of size 13. So who is size 13 compared to the rest of Jamaican? So you know this guy is a bluffer. Yeah? Because him just have the power to come bluff. And nobody that's in a piece of shit house that Andrew Holness, you know. Because him can't open his mouth to size 13. But him come out at all, but him not afraid of nobody. We don't want you afraid of we know. We want you afraid of prison. Yeah? Because the people who are protect you make you not afraid of it. We want you afraid of prison. Because that straighten you up. That make you think responsible. You operate like a piece of shit rogue in a society. Old people feel it at your hands. You can't imagine a grandmother, see Christmas that come here. She used to having her grandkids them around her and she watched them playing with them little tie, with a tie gun and her girl with them dads. This year she can't watch and her grandpick them in a tie guns, you know. Cause grandma afraid of prison sentence. This is how the guy get the society in a frenzy of fear. A frenzy of fear. So what we are doing this garbage guy here? This piece of old broke down shit out style it. What we are doing with him? We don't want them here to be no leader for our country, man. Them they are sell out, you know, see him sell out the country to US. You know, say Rubio come and tell him to get rid of the Cuban medical practitioner them in the country. You know, so they have to leave. And Jamaica short where medical personnel is concerned. So him a leave when you suffer and dead. By all means, and that it has show me. Because if you're in an accident out there, yeah, and you have one or two less medical personnel, when you go in a hospital, you're liable to die than live. The chances of you surviving, it decrease. It not increase, you know, it decrease. Because a guy decides to get rid of with neighbor who come for help with. While people far away from Cuba is using Cuba as part of the medical team because they are the best in that field. Yeah? But a guy and I'm, you know, whole heap of corruption, him becomes a bargaining chip. Him compromise. Him can't stand up on him foot. No, him can't stand firm. Him rather sit down firm. You understand? Now stand up firm, you know. Because them can't stand firm, them sit down firm. You understand? That's how them people operate, them a shit house. So rather than caring for your people, what you do, you destroy your people them in all ways. Health, education, leisure time, finance. Hey, it's too much. It's too much. Jamaica people, we now have to get up and realize, here the time is now. The time is now. We cannot wait another 5 years to make the change. The change must be imminent, like no. What we see this guy trying to do, tell me that Jamaica in a serious problem. When a guy want to interfere with the integrity commission of the country, it tells the outside world that there is no integrity within the country. Who want to live in a society where integrity gone through the window, gone through the door, gone? Who want to live in that country? That society no good. Because when you don't have integrity, you don't have a right. You understand? You don't have a right. Your right can be trampled upon. And I mean the judicial system now no integrity, because them a sell out, them a take butter by the case. I'm afraid to tell them say Andra pay them. Yeah? Strike 5 benefit immensely from having Andrew Holness a corrupted leader. Strike 5. She do extra term. When she figure her yard, go sit down and creep out her whole grey Santa. We see if any lies them dead. She sit down there. She sit down there at the DPP. We be on our time. Why? Because the leader corrupt and him need her to protect him. So me just show you how this thing, you know, have a knock-on effect in a society. Because once it starts, you know, it can't end unless you have something in place to end it, you know. And the only way you can end corruption when you find a leader corrupted, you know. You have to pluck him out, he or she, and send them to prison. You have to do that by all means. You have to have strong deterrent factor when it comes to corruption. It can't be slap on the wrist like where you see Mama Cow get. Yeah. After defrauding the taxpayers, claiming concession for a vehicle, but say she don't remember, say she have the vehicle, and are the one of the newest and latest vehicles she have around her. What can go so? And then you see the guy here say, my prime minister, yeah, them wash her off and bring her back. No, from you get tainted in a corruption. Yeah, you could never be a prime minister anywhere else or a member of parliament anywhere else apart from Jamaica. And that me I say right now. So me I say to my people them say, well, the problem we have, it's systemic and it a fail the society. Yeah. And it a fail the society in a way where it bad. It bad. Nobody can benefit from it right now. Apart from Andrew Holness and him regime. Nobody else can benefit. Yeah? So we have a system now where we have to, you know, look upon it as a banana republic country. Yeah? The banana republic is a failed banana republic state we have around that Jamaica. It failed. Not even one of them good banana republic state. Yeah? Because you cannot have government who is under investigation but them participate in a general election. Several of them. Yeah? So the thing bad. And we as Jamaican, we have to take matters in our hand. We can't wait for America, Uncle Sam, or UK, or no other foreign entity to come solve the problem. We have to solve that ourselves because we heroes, them never did call for nobody to solve the problem. Them solve it and give we freedom, liberate me from slavery. So right now, I just the thing that me I say my people, we have to wake up now. We have to get up for the right. Yeah? Me not telling you so not to loot and shoot and burn down no way. But we have to make a voice heard. We have to stand up against this establishment where Andrew Holness established in the country. We have to say to them, enough is enough. And I yield back the floor to my brother.
Right, my brothers.
All right.
I'm going to mash up some food right now. And I play some tune, you know. I have to play some. Because last time I played some tune, then I tell them, man, I forgot at 2 o'clock. So, you know, I have to play some tune.
Where you going over TikTok?
Yeah, man.
TikTok, you then?
Yeah, man. Me over there, man. I mash up. Hey, brother, I'm going over there. I eat some food and go over there right now. People, you're like, brother.
Blessing the brother. Respect. Yeah, man. Yeah. Forward a bit. Yeah.